Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat datang ke assessment praCipta untuk kelas kita pada pagi ini. So, tanpa melengah waktu, saya minta Shikin get ready. And then Aina, Shikin get ready. You can take over the screen now, Shikin, for you to put on your slide. Dengar Aina?
Boleh saya, boleh saya.
Morning, guys.
Good morning, Cecil.
Hi, morning. Nice to see you.
Good morning, Cecil.
Hi.
Good
Hi, Dr. Mastika.
morning to you, Paul.
Morning.
So again, let me remind you guys, for marking will be 25% from the rubrics, but we will change it to 20% for this assessment.
Boleh nampak tak, sir?
Boleh?
Boleh start, sir?
Yeah, you can start.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all lecturers and my friends. Okay, today I will present about my topic, anger management awareness campaign. My name is Aina Ashkin binti Zulkarnain, metric number 65339. Okay, this is my objective. First, to study social issue that happen because of anger. Two, to analyze existing campaign strategies on anger management. Three, to design the effectiveness of the campaign that is easily understood by the community. This is my creative brief. My concept is realistic. Target audience, age range from 17 to 25 years old. My tagline, don't give power to your anger. And this is a color that I will use in my campaign. This is my previous progress. Okay, this is my strategies. In my strategies, I will use website, putting poster, video, and videos, and social media. This is my sketches. This is my logo sketches. This is my printing poster sketches. This is my social media posting. This is my TikTok video story. In I'm using TikTok video story video to show the symptom and how to manage the anger. This is my website sketches. This is my video ad storyboard. Okay, next is my digital design. In this poster, I will put a QR code for audience to scan and connect to the website. This is my social media posting. I will put the symptom and how to manage the anger, and also I will put what is anger about. This is example of my TikTok videos. This is my planning. My printing poster still in progress because I want to this is my social media posting, also in progress. TikTok video also in progress. Thank you.
Aina, kalau saya tengok kepada you punya poster, Aina, saya sebenarnya guys, do not always tell us this is. Kami tahu apa itu, tapi what we want to know, what you plan to do and how you, what is your concept. And okay, kalau you tengok pada poster ni, this is all your, no, not this poster, the media, social media punya face, all the face stuff. Would this, okay, next one. Next one, okay. Is this the one that you letak dalam social media?
Ini one of the posting.
Saya nak tanya kenapa cloud, red cloud diguna belakang tu?
Actually, I use the color, not the cloud.
Yeah, I know. Why do you use the red color behind tu? Red cloud color tu? Cloudy red tu.
Because red color remains about anger.
Okay, but here you want to tell people how to control the anger, right?
Yeah.
Okay, for me personally, I would rather seeing the calm color rather than anger color. Because if I see this, if you want to show something that to make me calm, I should have the ideas of calm color rather than aggressive color.
Okay.
Boleh saya tambah, Ustaz?
Silakan.
Aina.
Yes.
Apabila you present, jangan mulakan dengan this is my poster, this is my TikTok, this is my schedule. I know that is your work. Tapi you need to explain apa bendanya. Okay, apa konsepnya? What is your strategy? Macam mana you punya idea? Di situ saya tak nampak. You are lacking in terms of presentation. And then lagi satu, saya tak nampak you punya progress of idea tu. Daripada mana you dapat hingga your final video tu? Macam mana you dapat, satu lagi, why do you choose TikTok?
Because TikTok is one of social media platform to I reach to the young people.
So, okay, what is the problem actually?
So,
What is the problem? What is the issue dalam you punya FYP ni? Apa isu dalam apa topik you tadi? Sampai saya lupa. Saya pun tak. What is
anger
the
management.
issue? What is the main issue dalam anger management ni? What is the problem?
The problem is people nowadays, not people nowadays, some people they cannot control their anger, and others masih lagi macam tak tahu apa yang menyebabkan dia orang marah.
Okay, so now what are you trying to solve? What are you trying to solve and how to solve it? Itu yang awak lacking, awak tak ada ni. You skip benda tu. Saya tak faham. Satu benda pun tak faham daripada awak punya presentation.
Can I add something?
Yes.
Your TikTok, since you are using your TikTok, yeah.
Right.
To be honest with you, that the acting was very common. It's too common. It's rather a tragedy than an anger management. Maybe you show the contrast. Mula-mula being happy, but very short temper, very short temper. Maybe throwing something or something like that. Because nampak di situ is very superficial. Well, I know you're trying your best, but then maybe you can look at more examples. Yeah, Aina? You can see from there. And then your drawings, yeah. Try to push in some quality of lines into your drawings. One drawing should relate to another. That's why Dr. Siti couldn't see how's the progress looks like. Most of the time it's very monotonous. Like for example, your sketches, the guy being wrapped by a rope or by a snake. You have to be definite. If it is on a rope, what kind of rope? If it is a kind of reptile, what kind of reptile or snake? It has to be realistic. Because most of the time, kita punya feedback dulu is all realistic rendering. So imitation is dari dulu. Kita belajar art history, kita belajar philosophy or psychology of art. It's basically imitation. So imitation ni realistic approach, ya. Kita boleh dia semi abstract ataupun totally abstract. Okay, so in your drawings, you approach the very simple aja. Try to be realistic as possible. Yeah, and then one sketch should relate to another. It should relate. Jangan main meletak, main tabuh aja. Yeah, Naina, I think really good for that. And then you punya hala tuju tu, of course. Betul what Mastika was mentioning. Why red? It's not only red. Today explanation to psychology of colors bukan hanya merah. Merah tu it's not only anger tau. It's not only anger. So don't give up. Work out some more of the color psychology. We look through it. Okay. Go ahead. Don't give up on this project. Okay.
Thank you.
Ada yang lain nak tambah? I nak continue with your progress. Jadi kalau your sketches tadi tu, make sure dia ada quality sketches lah. We don't want that kind of sketches. Try to mix a good quality. Nanti saya akan hantar slide on a good quality sketches for reference.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Kalau tak ada, thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Aina.
Thank you, sir.
Next will be Yap.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you can take over anytime you ready, Yap.
So Can everyone hear me and see my slide?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so
Yes.
a very good morning to lecturers. My name is Wei, matrix number 68104, and I'm going to present to you on my Fyp topic, which is promoting zero waste movement through private label branding. So before I start with the progress, I'm going to briefly explain, briefly tell what the problem statement is. So Malaysia produce like 38,000 metric tons of waste per day, and only 24% are actually being recycled, while the rest runs straight to landfill. So Zero Waste Malaysia established in 2016, while the Hive, the first zero waste store, started in 2017 to improve the waste issue in Malaysia. So based on my research, like someone stated that it is hard to reach out because of its location at its price. So one of the Zero Waste Malaysia goal is to actually evaluate a business that implements zero waste. Currently they just only got like if I'm not, like around more than 10 like that, like there's still one more. So like once these stores are getting more and more, the price of product will eventually decrease. And then like zero waste store owners need to make sure the goods are affordable for everyone. So this is the objective of my project, to identify how zero waste will help in promoting awareness in zero waste movement. Second is to analyze how the existing zero waste store position their product to encourage Malaysian citizens to buy the products. The third one is to propose a private label brand which able to educate and encourage Malaysian citizens to implement zero waste movement. So this is the previous design of the logo and in-store infographic. The equally, like my supervisor said that it sounded like a bacterial name, so she asked me to change into a new name, and this infographic is like I want to redesign it again to make it more like have an hierarchy on it, which it brings me to the new mood board. Like I designed a new mood board which portrays a totally eco-friendly type of look and feel throughout my whole brand. And with this color palette, I designed a new logo, and my new brand name is called Refill It. Why I named it Refill It is because mostly this zero waste store, they have all these, the main concept that they want to go with is actually ask the customer to refill their products with their own jug, mug, or any bag that they have. So this is the logo icon design, like the circular shape that's actually represents circular economy. Like I represent refulee, and the the leaf shape is actually represent echo. So why I focus on circular shape, it is because based on one of the research that I did, like actually they stated that the circular shape can portray the whole eco-friendly type of feel, like compared to angular shape. So that's why I focus on circular shape logo. And the font design, I choose Helvetica rounded bold, and I reduce the edge of the alphabet F to create a whole rounded edges of alphabet to represent circular economy. It is because in circular economy, like once starting from the production phase until the end is actually back to landfill, and then it can be reused again throughout a whole cycle. So I use around the edges to actually shows that it has a whole cycle and it will never ending. So this is the final logo design in different variety of background. Like it shows how it looks like in different background color. And this is the application logo in Mockup. I just put it like this first because I'm going to put it later in my own product or maybe like packaging designs. And this is the store design or sketches for the floor plan and interior store design. So based on my research, like they have this saying that actually zero waste store or eco-friendly store, they have these few features. For example, like it has minimum energy requirement, like it produces little or no carbon emissions, it focuses on biodiversity around the store, shelving and display, and lastly material. So if based on my sketches over here, like since it stated that it needs to produce less and no carbon emission and has minimum energy requirement, so definitely my store doesn't have any aircon. Like I just focus on using fans only. And since you stated that I need to focus on the biodiversity around the store, it can be on the wall or on the roof. So currently my idea is to have like all these plant to actually show diversity around my store. And then the shelving and display, because like all these zero waste store, they have actually this like they have different product in different jugs and different like mug or maybe like a big container, so they need to really shelf it properly and display it properly so that the customer actually know what they are going to purchase. Because if, for example, the detergent, it might have the same color and but it has different brand or maybe different type of flavor or product, so the store owner need to really display it properly to actually guide and inform the customers on how, like, which product they are going to purchase. And then the material I focus on using just on the floor, it will be the wool, because that is totally represents you eco-friendliness. So this is the floor plan that I just just sketch it out like how it looks like. And this will be the bulk bins, and here will be the winging machine, which is like, because if they bring their own jug or maybe like container, they need to wig the empty wig, like the wig of the container first, because they refill before they refill the products that they need. Because once they refill the products, so they can just wig it back and minus the original wig of the container, then they just pay forward their purchase. So this is the shelf, like to put like some of the eco-friendly products. Yeah, and this is how the floor plan is going to look like. And this is the store interior, like when you first walk inside, how it's going to look like. And I still haven't sketched in, like, draw in detail how it's going to look like, but then I'm just going to briefly show lecturers on how the store, like the whole look and feel, like what product that I'm going to put in different shelf. And yeah, later on in the future like amendment, I'm going to put some plants over here. Is because I think if just only have plants over here, and like it doesn't really show the biodiversity, but not in an over amount, like I would like see like how it fits. And this will be the pair, like to actually measure the, like how it's going to look like the wig machine. And this is when you are inside the store and then you look out at the door of the storefront. And yeah, like it's still like this table full of eco-friendly products, and this will be like full with eco-friendly product as well. So this is the in-store infographic design. Like based on my previous one, I want to design a new one to actually create a hierarchy on that. So I sketched out like a much more like the easier version of the uh illustration for my customer. So this one is the new in-store infographic that I came up with. And I have two versions. It is because like if you didn't bring your mug or container, you can actually use the paper bag, or like, yeah, or the paper bag that actually uh not like sponsor, like provided by my store. So they need to, so they have like different shopping styles. So that's why I created two. And this is the simplified version one that I'm going to put up at the winging machine to actually, because like they can just look it through visually, so they can like straight away understand what it means, like how they're going to do it. And this is not like infographics, more like the encouraging quotes. It is because like based on my questionnaire, I asked them like they stated that they need to have motivation to actually shop in this type of store. So I plan to put some motivational quote inside the store, and I wanted to welcome them to actually come and shop at my store. So that's why I designed it that way. So where I'm going to put this infographic is like when you first walk into the store here, first thing you see is like welcome to refill it, because I totally welcome them to shop at my store. And then the second one is like this motivational quote. And then the detailed version of the infographic will be put next to the counter. So like, because I think most of the like new customer, they will explore the store first. So if they really don't understand, they can read the detailed version at the behind. And here is the ringing machine. So that's why I put the simplified version there. So at my previous praCipta presentation, I actually stated that I want to do a TikTok challenge to encourage the audience, like my customers, to actually practice the zero waste movement. But then I was thinking, if I just like instead of organizing a zero waste challenge only, like how about an educational weekly zero waste challenge? Like I will teach them weekly, like what do they need to do. Of course, there will be hashtag as well. Like for example, hashtags like your zero waste, hashtag zero waste challenge, hashtag refill challenge, hashtag zero waste movement. So this is the template of the first weekly challenge that I came out with the week one. And the first one is actually I asked them to plan it, and then like they can just follow this template or anything they can. And this day will be the rest day. So before I start this challenge, I actually came out with a introduction video to post in my social media website, maybe Instagram or maybe TikTok, like it can be any social media. So the sample of introduction video will be like this.
Yep, we cannot hear the audio. You might want to share the audio together.
Oh, okay. Wait, how to share the audio together? So
Yeah, you have to
yes,
stop sharing first.
okay.
Yeah, and then once you press the share button, make sure you click on share audio as well.
Oh,
It's a small
okay.
button on the left.
Yeah. I saw it. Wait, I'm gonna try it again. Is that
Hi, I'm the founder
okay?
of Fyp2.
Thank you,
My
Miss
name is
Natasha.
Raising, and today I'm going to help you to kickstart your zero waste lifestyle. So, Fyp2 has come out with a weekly challenge. If you guys can actually follow it, but if you guys don't want to follow it, yeah, it's fine. Like you can have your own schedule and everything. So basically, there are 5 principles in zero waste, which consists of 5R: refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, and rot. So once you heard it, like it might be easy to understand, but then somehow, like how are you going to actually implement it? Like, is there any correct ways? Yeah, I'm here to help you. So there will be a weekly challenge by Refilly every week. So I will keep you guys updated on the schedule, on the timetable. So yeah, like if you guys just feel like to follow it, yeah, why don't you just join this challenge? So let's kickstart it.
So this is actually the challenge review, because since like that this is a weekly challenge, so the last day of the day 7 is actually a rest day for them. So on the rest day, I will do a weekly challenge review. So this is the example of the first week of the review. Yeah.
Hi guys. Hi, I'm Raising from Refilly. So as promised, I'm going to review to you on the first week of your Zero Waste Beginner Challenge. So this is a schedule for it. This is my planning. You guys can follow or do your own planning. It's totally up to you. But if you feel like you want to follow mine, like no worries, you can follow, because this is beginner friendly to kickstart your zero waste lifestyle. So the first day is to start your zero waste planning. You can take out your notebook. It can be any book, like maybe like this type of notebook, and maybe like a small journal to actually write down, like jot down how you want to kickstart your first step. Because this zero waste is actually a progressive process. It's not like you're going to be perfect on your first day. Just be consistent, be happy, like be fun on how to do it. If you don't feel like doing it, then don't, because this is no forcing. This is totally voluntary. You are welcome to join this challenge anytime. So just follow this, and I'll keep you updated on the next video.
Okay, so since I'm going to post it on social media, that's why the video length, I'm going to keep it within 1 minute, because most of the requirements of like how long a video that I can upload, like they can watch it like on the post, like it is in 1 minute. So that's why I want to record the video in less than 1 minute.
Hi guys.
So this is the timeline of the future plan. So currently I have already decided on the brand name, and I kind of sketched on the floor plan the whole look and feel of the store, but then amendment are needed afterwards. And then I decided on the type of challenge for newly zero waste enthusiasts, or if they wanted to start the zero waste lifestyle. So what I need to do next is actually to advertise the zero waste challenge, like to design a zero waste starter PR kit and send to influencer to actually review it, because I believe influencer, they have their fan base, like they have the ability to actually influence their fans to actually practice this. So I hope that through the influencer, they can like really understand this zero waste, and then they'll be thinking, okay, I want to give it a try like that. And then lastly will be design my own packaging. It is because since I'm a private label branding, most of my product are going to be from the manufacturer. Like sometimes I have my own product. So if I have my own product, I need to have my own packaging design. And this is all from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Can you hear me?
Well organized presentations. I like the way you arrange your logo.
Thank
and
you.
your logo.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you?
Hi, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good
I'm fine. How are you?
morning. I'm doing great, excellent.
Okay, that's good.
Still breakfast?
No.
Okay, honest answer. Okay, yeah. I personally, I do like your idea on the video. Well, my advice is don't be a typical YouTuber,
Okay.
because instead of static and one shot of angle, you need to challenge yourself with different style of angles, transitions.
Okay. Boleh.
I don't want you to become a typical YouTuber. Tiba-tiba ada macam commercial break for 1 second. You hanya static alone there and speak behalf yourself. Sebab you do have a time to experiment with some angles. Okay, and then kalau boleh, not only frame yang ada muka you je, you boleh masukkan different kind of frames. Alright.
Alright. Yes, sir.
Wazin, you punya
Yeah,
topic tu, what is your topic?
Promoting this one.
Promoting, oh, it's advertising campaign lah.
More like using a brand to actually promote and educate lah, like the zero waste movement.
Okay, so you have to focus more on the label branding. How you use that to promote the zero waste. That one is the main focus.
Okay.
So I tengok banyak on floor plan, design interior and stuff, and then suddenly you have a video. So I tak nampak where is the label branding dekat sini. I think even your logo you can improve more, because for me I find it masih lagi raw lagi. Dia masih you know dia macam Irish punya daun tau.
Oh, okay.
Kan macam St. Patrick Day tu yang daun hijau tu. Tak ingat daun apa panggil. So dia similar to that symbol. So maybe you can bukan kata you totally change, but you can improve more on that, sebab it looks dia masih lagi nampak flat. To me lah. Sebab you're talking about you nak promote melalui label branding tau. So your brand needs to be very terserlah. Yeah. That's all.
Okay, yeah, thank you. We continue your comments in the chat if you have any additional comments.
All right.
Thank you. We would like to give JD the next opportunity to present his work. So class, remember, if you have video in your presentation, when you share your video, always click on the audio as well, so you will have able to hear the audio. Okay. Jadi you may start.
Nampak sir.
Nampak.
Okay, good morning to lecturers and fellow friends. Today I'm going to present about my topic, which is positioning Sarawak peppercorn as national brand. So let me briefly share the statement problem of the product. So the product has lost its quality in the market due to loosened regulation on importation, and some individuals use it to import low quality product and process it using the Sarawak paper package. And due to this, some lost trust from the loyal customer in the global market. So with creative brief, positioning Sarawak peppercorn as national brand. The product is Sarawak peppercorn. So my scope of project is to prepare a design for the branding the Sarawak peppercorn product, to choose a new identity for the Sarawak paper, and then design a new packaging for the Sarawak paper. So as the background, Sarawak pepper is renowned, and more extensive planting begins in 1900. So Malaysia is one of the top 5 paper producing country in the world, according to Palaskaran 2018. So my goal is to attract new customer to buying the product and to create more awareness for the brand in local and international market. So my tone and manner is high quality, some tribal or indigenous, and healthy. So the target audience ranging from 20 and 40 and above, who cooks regularly, such as housewife, restaurant owners, store vendors, homestay owner, or international tourists, such as the guests coming from international who is going to stay in hotels. So from my analysis, 52 respondents has participated on the survey which I conduct. So most of them have seen the product, and then 40% of them haven't seen the product. So most of them are from Sarawak, and 40% of them is not from Sarawak, which is explain why it is not quite popular among local in Sarawak, in Malaysia. So this is for the behavior, for what factors is most important to you for this deciding to purchase this product. Most of them says the quality, third would be the customer service, and then the second would be customer service, and third would be the pricing. So, and I asked them, do you think what do you think when using motif on the packaging? So 18 of them, or 34% of them, says it would be interesting to use to implement on the packaging. So this is my previous idea development, which I experiment on the previous packaging on the Sarawak paper, the packaging, the bottle. So this is my plans, the sketching, and then the tribal, I'm using the tribal motif to be put on the product. So this is my experiment. And this is the past logo, which the yellow one. So it does not have the local identity. And now for the current logo, I'm using the hornbill as the identity for the brand. And then the roots, I'm using roots name because it's kind of related to back to our root. But for the time being, I'm using the name root because I'm still searching for a new name for the product, because it's quite hard for me to find a new name. But I'm using that for now. So this is the past layout or the previous layout. So for the new concept, I'm using the tribal, like indigenous, to be put on the packaging. So this is my visual as I updated. So the candy for the Sarawak, I'm using some tin can with bronze color, like brass color tin, and then the bottle will be quite transparent for the motif to be put on the packaging. So is this the latest or the current sketch that I'm sketching for the paper, for the motif and the logo, and some of the names that I've been experimenting. So this is the motif that would be put on the packaging, and some of the logo. So this is the layout of the product of the logo, using some trabai motifs, and then some tribal motif. And this is the packaging for the candy. I'm still doing for the packaging for the like a big size packaging, and yeah. So this is the digital experiment. So I'm still trying to look for a good name for the product, as such as tribesman or roots. This is the color scheme or the color code for the product I'm going to use, which is the red, yellow, and black, which represent the flag of Sarawak. And so this is the current layout or the current layout on the product, which is I'm using some red, yellow, and black on the packaging. So this is the example of the mapping on the packaging, and I'm using this for now, the glass, to map the packaging. And this is some of the ideas for the point of purchase. This will be put on like market counter when the people want to check out the groceries, or in some like hotel places, which can be put candy inside, so that people can take some as souvenirs when they depart from the country. And this is all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, JD. What I didn't see here, JD, is that because I'm a bit confused on your title. Look at your title. Your title is about repositioning, right?
Yes.
Positioning Sarawak, and how are you trying to positioning Sarawak amongst the other major players of the paper market currently that we have in Sarawak or in Malaysia or in the world? So I think you need to strategize on how to position it. You need to read more about positioning products.
Yes.
How you want
That's my question. That's my question too. Positioning.
Because for this, I'm more on. I'm trying to create the brand first, because sebab kalau tak ada brand saya susah nak market, sebab tak ada nama. Belum ada nama lagi.
So apa strategi awak sebenarnya? Jeddah, saya nak tahu sebab bila mention the word positioning, it's a big thing. Okay, now I do believe you are good in apa tu, creating and designing the POP logo. I think itu tak ada masalah bagi you. But now at this stage, we want to see your strategy on the positioning itself.
For the positioning, maybe, I'll be using the market like the mart where people will be going. So I'm going to use the word of mouth, since it's quite fast to spread the news about the product, and also some what's they called? Saya lupa. So, tapi saya guna word of mouth for most part. So if people like Omo, so if people know about the product, and then they will spread the news to other people, and then it will be mentioned to other people also. So, and then some will be using media social, such as YouTube to position the brand amongst the local, so the local can spread the news to other people. So yeah, and then because of that, I need to come up with the name of the product. So with the catchy name, they can memorize it, so they can recall back the packaging or the branding of the product.
Okay, now Jedai, you mentioned verbally about the WOM semua tu kan. So at this stage, I really want you to visualize those things. Okay, put some infographic that every instructors or examiners understand you just positioning. Faham tak? You masih ada masa lagi ni.
Jedai, boleh saya tambah?
Yes. Yes.
Saya rasa awak tak faham maksud positioning ni. So saya tak tahu apa, kalau Encik Azhar kata sempat tu saya tak tahulah, ni dah minggu kelima. Awak ada berapa minggu je lagi. Because you don't actually understand what positioning is. You pun tak ada logo lagi. Semua tak ada, tiba-tiba dah ada the label on the packaging. So I only wish you good luck je lah. Okay, Jedai. Thank you.
Jedai, awak kena tahu arti tawakal.
Alright, Jedai, the reasons why I say that, you can strongly understand how to position your product. So, for example, that you want to position based on creative motif, you want to position based on quality, you want to position based on competitors. Those are your strategy in positioning. So nanti you can tengok how you gonna position. True fact that you need the brand name for positioning first. Then later, once you have this brand name and how you gonna bring this product into the market, how you compete with the other major market player. For example, if you look into AirAsia itself, I remember when AirAsia was launched, they positioned themselves as a low carriers, low and budget airlines. Budget airline, their position is budget airline. Then lepas tu, a few years after that, I think about 6 years, Tony did not like the budget airline punya positioning. So they changed their position into everyone can fly. So that's how they reposition the product, not just a budget airline, but now they want to carry everyday flyings. So that's how they position, so that the stigma in consumers' brand, consumer mind, have shifted from the budget airline into airline that can bring everyday flying. So look at into KFC punya strategy. Dulu dia punya strategy is finger licking goods. You know, now they change into new positioning, how they're positioning healthy restaurants for everyone, happy meals for the McDonald's punya position. So those are the things that you need to look into, how you want to position Sarawak Pepper Corns as a national brand. Okay, but all in all, there's more things for you to do. I hope that you still have courage to do this. And if you have any problems or you need help, just come and drop by a line to me so I can explain further with you. Okay, Jedai?
Yes, sir. Of course, sir.
Okay, other comments, we continue in the chat room. Thank you, Jedai. Next will be Max. Max, you tak ada lagi punya slide in my elite. So please upload your slide later. Max, mana Max?
Oh, his name is not here.
Yeah, I was looking for it. Max tak ada kat sini. Okay, kalau Max tak ada, kita teruskan dengan Nurul Fatin.
Okay, sir. Nampak slide?
Nampak, yes.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and good morning to all lecturers and my fellow friends. Today my FYP topic is awareness campaign on zero single-use plastic bag. So this is my problem statement because Malaysians love plastic bags, and according to the Malaysian Plastic Manufacturers Associations, the average Malaysian uses 300 plastic bags per year, totaling up to 9 billion bags in total. And for my design concept is, my concept is something fun, persuasive, and attention-grabbing campaign. This concept is all about to spread awareness among people and encourage them to switch from plastic bag to reusable bag. And this is my creative brief. So my objective is to minimize single-use plastic bags by switching to a reusable bag instead of using plastic bags. My target audience is female from age 25 to 30 years old because from my research, I identified that female who age 25 to 35 years old is who like to shopping and who produce more plastic bags. So my key message is switch from plastic bags to a reusable bag. And this is my zero plastic bag logo design. First is icon. The reason why I choose icon is because it is more recognizable and more memorable. And element that I choose is leaf and plastic bags. And this is my sketches. Next is text. And this is my sketches. The reason why I choose sketches is because I want to emphasize the zero, because I want to emphasize the zero single-use plastic.
Fatin,
Ya,
awak punya logo sketches tadi memang sehelai ya? Sketches ya?
ya.
Okay.
And combination. And this is my sketches. I use element plastic. I use element reusable bag and emphasize the word zero and some elements of leaf. And this is my suggested idea. I have two suggested idea, which is the zero single-use, zero plastic bag, and the leaf elements. And my final idea is I choose the element that have plastic bags and the word zero plastic bag. And this is my computer rendering. I try to put a variety of color which I choose. And I use the font Poppin Balls and Poppins Regular. Next is my promotional strategies. And this is my promotional strategies, which is I use print media for poster and billboard, social media for Facebook and Instagram, and some merchandise. This is my previous ideas, which is infographics and social media. My previous idea was about all cause and effect for single-use plastic bags. And my latest idea is poster, and this is my visual reference. I like this poster because it looks persuasive and convincing for me. And this is my sketches. I came with the strategy to when people bring their own bag to store, they will get 2% off their purchase. So this is my sketches. I want to convince people to bring their reusable bag so that they can minimize the use of plastic bags. And this is my billboard, my visual reference. This is my sketches. For this billboard sketches, I want to convince people that reusable bag is more better rather than using plastic bag that can harm for our environment. For social media, this is my visual reference. The reason why I choose this visual reference is because this visual reference is engaged with the audience to remember to using their reusable bags by taking a selfie with their reusable bag. So this is my sketches. So for social media, I came with the strategy with go green in style by taking a best photo with your reusable bag and post it on social media with the hashtag make the switch to a reusable bag. From these sketches, I want to attract people to switching from plastic bags to reusable bag by engage with the audience by taking their selfie or photo with their reusable bag and share it on the social media with the hashtag make the switch to a reusable bag. And at the same time, it can give awareness to people to encourage them to use reusable bag. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Fatin.
Fatin,
Ya,
puasa.
puasa.
Fatin, at this stage kan, I would like to see, well, okay, first of all, kalau you tengok your design on the billboard poster kan, off plastic bag, bring your own bag, switch to reusable bag, they are better. Plastic bag don't look good to you. They are better. Oh, Fatin, you have to be better than CS Supermarket, please. Dragon City Supermarket. Awak ni pelajar kreatif tau. So, I want to see some sort of creative solution kat sini. Boleh tak? So, awak punya visual representation sekarang memang problem. Big problem. Saya kalau boleh, saya tak nak tengok lah. Off plastic bag, bring your own bag. This kind of tagline dah basi sebenarnya. So, please come out something new, Fatin. Okay? Jangan samakan level awak dengan apa tu CS Supermarket, Fali, Golden Dragon. Please lah, Fajar. You need to look for another standard, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Fatin, boleh tengok tajuk awak tak? Okay, you buat awareness campaign on zero single use. To me, benda ni memang macam Cik Azul cakap tadi lah. Dah lama dah basi dah pun. What's new? You punya strategi baru tu. Kalau setakat buat apa yang you buat sekarang, it's the same as whatever yang dah ada orang lain buat pun. They are better than us. Malaysia ni memang agak lambat. But benda ni macam tadi lah, tagline is very cliche. Sama je. Semua orang dah pakai. So what's new? What is your strategy sebenarnya? Saya tak nampak strategi kamu yang lain. Yang ini standard lah, you buat billboard, you buat print ads, that's it. So what? You rasa you boleh encourage lagi ke? Kalau setakat macam ni je strategi, yang ada sekarang pun dah ada dah. So I don't think that will work on Malaysian people who normally akan tak pakai pun plastic bag tu, still pakai. So it's actually you have to do more your research on how other country boleh buat macam mana yang can be applicable. Tapi Malaysia kenapa tak? You must find a strategy that can, you know, sampai kepada orang Malaysia ni. Tapi sebab saya nampak tak ada, you punya macam you don't have any new strategies that you can do. Dengan you punya pergi dekat you punya logo tadi yang Cik Azwan tegur tadi. Ni berapa
Yes.
hari buat ni? Yes, berapa hari buat?
Last week.
Last week. Berapa minit ya?
2-3 minutes.
2-3 minit. Pergi sebelah. Yang ini? Saya rasa kalau saya bagi assignment kat budak first year, dalam masa 1 jam dia boleh buat 20. Awak buat dalam 3 minit ni je keluar. Macam ni lah. Sebab semua last minute. End up, itulah solution kamu. I don't see your solution. You buat saja, fikir kemudian. Semua ni tak ada planning. You don't actually have a plan when you want to do your final year project. You main buat saja. Buat logo, buat. Buat apa, ni tax, buat. You don't actually know what you are doing. Okay, Fatin, please. This is already week 5. Right.
Thank you, Doktor.
Saya nak tambah sikit ya. Fatin, saya rasa research awak kurang sekarang ni. Awak tak melihat kepada negara-negara lain macam mana mereka promote benda-benda macam ni. Kalau pergi negara lain, contoh ya, masa-masa saya berada di Korea dulu, bila kita pergi ke supermarket tu, dia sediakan kotak. Kotak tu kotak recycle, kotak mana-mana lah, dia letak atas meja. So once kita dah beli barang, kita masuk dalam kad, dia tak bungkusan plastik. So kita bawa kad tu pergi ke kotak tu, kita masukkan the produk dalam kotak recycle tersebut dan bawa balik ke rumah. So dia macam tak ada isu plastik ke, kalau tak bawa bag kain tu pun still dia sediakan kotak recycle. Maksudnya kotak tu bukan kotak didesign tapi kotak dikutip di mana-mana. So that's what other country buat, tapi tengok lagi negara-negara lain macam mana mereka promote benda-benda macam ni. Dia tak boleh solve dengan just buat campaign guna bag. Itu tak, basi lah. Itu yang kita katakan basi. Idea tu dah biasa. Okay.
Thank you, Doktor.
Okay, Fatin, take notes that what you want to do is that change consumer attitudes. Change consumer attitudes. Okay, that will be
sir.
next stage for your things to do. Right? Thank you, Fatin.
Thank you, sir.
Be Muhammad Afiq. Afiq, ada Afiq?
Ada, sir.
Okay, it's your. You can start whenever you're ready.
Nampak, sir?
Nampak Afiq, and we can hear you as well.
Okay. Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi dan salam Ramadan. Nama saya Muhammad Afiq Hazwan bin Mak Fazli, nombor matrik saya 68271. Saya ingin menerangkan tentang final project saya iaitu penjenamaan untuk pelancongan kuliner Terengganu Street Food. Untuk masalah, Terengganu Street Food merupakan salah satu tarikan yang amat digemari oleh kaki melancong dari luar negeri, tetapi terdapat beberapa masalah seperti tidak mempunyai penyatuan pakej makanan yang disediakan. Pakej-pakej makanan ini tidak begitu terkenal dalam golongan pelancong luar dan untuk membantu dan menolong para pelancong dari segi memilih pakej makanan dan juga kawasan yang ingin dituju. Masalah utama dalam kurangnya mempromosikan Terengganu Street Food kepada pelancong luar, tidak mempunyai apps dan iklan, tidak mempunyai package makanan yang sesuai dan jarak tempat restoran makanan yang agak jauh. Selain itu, ramai tidak menyedari bahawa terdapat package makanan serta pelancongan yang disediakan khas untuk pelancong luar. Creative brief. Skop projek saya adalah merancang penjenamaan kuliner pelancongan yang baru untuk meningkatkan kaedah reka bentuk package makanan di Terengganu Street Food, menggalakkan pelancong luar untuk menggunakan package ini dan menjadi sebahagian daripada komuniti makanan Terengganu Street Food dengan membuat aplikasi mudah alih, laman web dan iklan. Untuk goal saya, satu adalah untuk menarik pelancong dari luar negeri atau luar negara datang ke Terengganu untuk merasai keunikan makanan dan melancong ke tempat menarik di Terengganu, untuk mempromosikan package-package pelancongan serta makanan kepada pelancong luar negeri dan luar negara. Target audiens saya adalah pelancong luar negeri dan rakyat tempatan. Kebiasaannya, pelancong luar kurang mengetahui tentang tempat dan package makanan yang perlu diambil untuk menjimatkan dari segi kos dan masa. Hal ini dapat menyelesaikan masalah tentang untuk memilih makanan dan juga tempat untuk dituju. Idea promotion strategi saya. Jadi satu adalah Fyp2 media. Fyp2 media terdapat ada dua, iaitu logo dan poster. Untuk idea kedua adalah elektronik media. Elektronik media terdapat 3, Facebook, Instagram dan YouTube. Dan idea ketiga adalah website, app dan juga merchandise. Ini adalah inspiration logo research saya. Saya menggunakan 3 elemen, iaitu Arabesque, Islamik dan batik. Ini inspiration logo. Inspiration logo saya menggunakan Arab dengan batik. Sketch logo. Suggestion idea. Final idea logo. Final idea logo saya combinekan batik dan juga Arab. Komputer render untuk logo.
Ya, Fik, macam mana logo awak transform? Saya tak nampak proses lah.
Ya, sir.
Saya tak nampak proses. Macam mana logo awak transform sebenarnya? Okay, tak apa, awak go ahead. Go ahead with your presentation.
Okay, sir. Ini inspiration untuk poster. Saya mengambil poster daripada travel dan akan dijadikan nanti poster ni untuk package makanan juga dan sertakan package pelancongan. Ini adalah poster juga. Sketch poster. Dalam sketch poster ni dia akan ada gambar-gambar makanan, gambar tempat dan juga senarai package serta harga. Inspiration website, saya telah membuka dan mengkaji beberapa website, iaitu Beautiful Terengganu, Visit Kedah dan juga Penang. Konsep website saya. Moodboard untuk website. sitemap untuk website. Dalam sitemap ni dia ada update information about us, package, dan dalam package dapat 2, family dan juga travel, payment, contact us dengan gallery, page website. Task flow untuk website. User flow untuk website. User flow ni pada mulanya page pertama adalah welcome, lepas tu page kedua select tempat dan juga area mana kita berada. Lepas tu continue, lepas tu pilih kategori makanan, lepas tu kategori tempat kita ingin makan dan juga buat pembayaran. Wireframe for website. Ni example yang saya buat prototype untuk website. Konsep apps. Moodboard untuk apps. Sitemap apps. Sitemap apps saya ada 3. New order, payment, my order, help dengan search. Dekat new order ada package pelancongan nasi dagang, package Terengganu Food Hunter, package Terengganu Success dan juga package original Terengganu. Dan setiap package tu dia ada 4 situasi, pagi, breakfast, tengah hari, petang dan juga makan malam.
Afiq, saya nak ambil celah sedikit kat sini. Saya rasa sampai ke hujung ni sitemap je saya rasa ni. Saya nampak terlalu IT lah. Terlalu IT, saya tak tahu desainnya di mana. Dan saya nampak banyak inspiration, sitemap, wireframe. Itu je saya nampak. So projek awak ni design apps dengan website saja ke?
Dan package pun ada ni.
Package apa? Package apa?
Package makanan.
Package makanan? Apa projek awak sebenarnya? Projek awak ni tentang apa?
Projek saya tentang pelancongan kuliner untuk Terengganu street food, pemakanan. Dia dua dalam satu.
So apa strategi awak ni? Awak nak promote ke nak apa sebenarnya? Awak kena clear dulu. Projek awak mengenai apa problemnya, apa isu awak nak solve.
Masalah untuk projek saya ni adalah pelancong luar tidak mengetahui tidak terlalu mengetahui tentang package-package yang telah ada dekat Terengganu. So saya nak mempromosikan website dengan juga apps ni supaya para pelancong daripada luar.
Kenapa perlu promote website dengan apps? Awak kata ini masalah pelancong. Kenapa nak promote website dengan app? Awak kena promote apa sebenarnya?
Saya nak promote package tu lah.
Ya, apps dengan website is a platform. Itu platform. Tapi macam mana nak promote tu? Strateginya macam mana? Ideanya macam mana nak promote? Ada tak tagline ke? Macam campaign awareness. Nak bagi tahu ke orang ni, masyarakat dunia ni. Hello, saya ni wujud di Terengganu. Macam mana? How? Mr. Aik senyum-senyum tu nak tambah something.
Afiq, tak sabar dah saya tunggu. Dah 10 minit dah Afiq. Saya nak tengok apa itu Terengganu street food tu sebab you nak promote promotion pelancongan melalui culinary street food tu kan. Tapi kena ada street food tu. Mana street food? Dari tadi saya tunggu mana Terengganu punya street food tak keluar-keluar lagi ni. Dah 10 minit dah. Dr. Siti dah tak sabar dah nak tengok apa benda yang you nak tunjuk ni. Tengok ini plan saya. You cuma ada perancangan saja tapi action tak ada. Itu yang saya pelik tu. Aduh, Pik, kena ada, kalau you nak buat pelancongan culinary Terengganu street food, make sure you focus on apa food you nak promote, apa food you nak suruh pelancong datang ke Terengganu supaya dia orang experience that kind of food. The authenticity of Terengganu food. That will be your style of mood yang you nak promote supaya encourage people yang nak datang ke Terengganu tu nak makan. People yang datang melancong ni bukan kerana tepat. People datang melancong kerana nak makan. So itu ya target you punya pelancongan itu, kan? Tapi saya nampak tak ada strategi, tak ada apa pun, cuma ini tiba-tiba at the end of the day you tunjuk semua side map dia yang ada.
Afiq, kejap. Saya confused ni sekarang. Kalau saya baca masalah utama adalah kurangnya mempromosikan Terengganu street food kepada pelancong luar, tidak punya apps dan iklan, tidak punya package makanan. All this nonsense yang awak buat ni sebenarnya, saya tak nampak benda masalah pun. Your main is Terengganu street food tu. So saya dah nampak you nak buat, you settle. You nampak masalah dia tak ada orang promote, so you nak settlekan, you solvekan the problem by only having the website dengan apps. Tu cara awak settle. Tu cara awak solve problem. Ada dia menyelesaikan masalah ke? Saya tak rasa selesaikan pun. Lepas tu saya dah nampak dah apps awak macam tu je. Awak adalah promotion, adalah that's it. It's just part of information. So apa beza dengan yang ada sekarang? Cuma yang dulu tak ada banyak information, sekarang banyak information. That's it. So there's no problem solving happen actually. So saya tak nampak apa sebenarnya awak cuba buat.
Ini yang kami semua geram ni, fix. Kenapa? Sebab tu saya dari tadi saya bila dengar Dr. Siti kata IT dan sebagainya, ini yang kami heran ni. Dia tak nampak dia nak promote apa sebenarnya. You nak tunjuk street food kan, Terengganu street food, dan you focus on the Terengganu street food tu lah. Jangan you merepek pasal nak buat website, solution ni nak buat website, nak buat apps dan sebagainya, nak tambah. Tapi benda yang you nak tambah tu tak ada.
Aduh, Muafiq.
Faham.
Buka mu punya final slide. Kau, thank you. User flow, sitemap, thank you. Ada Muafiq. Mu dah besar jalan. Sebab apa ni? Masih tak ada solution ni. Okay, Afiq. You have to think something lah, Afiq. Banyak lagi ni yang saya tengok basically daripada first phase of your slides, your logo development memang tak nampak proses, Afiq. Banyak inspiration, tiba-tiba gedeguk logo. So, you kena berwaspada ni. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, Fik. Remember, Fik, kita nak tengok street food tu bukan banyak sangat dengan perancangan kamu ni. Sebab tu tadi daripada awal lagi Dr. Siti dah berhentikan kamu kat situ. Kenapa? Kami tahu the end of the slide tu nanti akan semua side map dia nanti. Okay? So focus on your street food tu. Macam mana you nak bawa Terengganu street food tu upfront.
Faham, sir.
Solution yang kamu gunakan apps dengan webpage tu okay, tapi ada lagi idea lain. Kalau you setakat nak tambah info saja, macam Dr. Sah kata tadi dah ada, so you just tambah je info dalam tu. So a new strategy for you to promote Terengganu punya street food punya tourist.
Mr. Aik, boleh tambah sikit?
Silakan.
Okay. Hi. I think the biggest issue yang saya dapat identify with your research is that you tak ada hala tuju tau. So I think for now it would be better if you get to know your target audience, which is pelancong kan. You cakap you nak target pelancong. So you kena tahu apa yang diorang nak dulu. apa yang diorang baca sebelum diorang pergi travel. Website mana yang diorang pergi dulu. Bila you melancong pun you sama juga kan. Contohnya kalau you nak pergi tempat yang baru, you kena cari dalam internet juga. Apa yang ada, apa yang sesuai. So, cari website yang berjaya dalam area travelling macam tu. Dan cuba tengok strategi apa yang diorang guna. Kalau macam tu, I think you ada macam structure sikit, ada guide sikit nak ikut. Sebab sekarang ni macam you're shooting in the dark. You macam you main teka saja. Sebab tu strategi you kami pun tak faham. So I think lebih baik kalau you kenali dulu your target audience. Macam mana dia orang research untuk travelling. So contohnya macam food travel apa tu website tu macam Asian Food Channel, dia orang ada website. You can check it out juga. Ada banyak blogs macam Time Out KL. Boleh check macam tu jugalah. Maybe that will give you more inspiration. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okey, saya komen sikit sebagai supervisor. Okey, Afiq, okey, di dalam kelas kita telah jelaskan semua yang dalam komen tadi. Kita memanglah bincang benda tu. Tetapi masalahnya apa yang kamu present hari ini secara visual ataupun secara verbal tidak menunjukkan kepahaman kamu mengenai apa yang kamu bagi tahu ke saya. Okey, itu perlunya macam tengok kawan-kawan kamu buat flow itu tak nampak. Flow di proses yang apa yang kamu buat tak nampak. Okey, itu flow proses itu mesti reflect kepada kamu punya objektif. Okey, dan strategi. Strategi kamu tak kamu tunjukkan dengan jelas. Itu sebabnya ramai yang tidak memahami apa yang kamu buat walaupun kamu membuat. Okey. Nanti kita bincang secara one to one.
Alright, thank you Fix. Kita akan continue with your chat nanti ya. Next kita nak bagi peluang kepada Fakrul is to take the Fakrul, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Kejap. Soft. Okay. So, Assalamualaikum and good morning to all my lecturers and fellow classmates. My name is Fakrul Faiz. Gonna explain what did I do. I'm doing food packaging for natural disaster victims and refugees. A package or a parcel that can safely transported and delivered towards the targeted group in any specific area. Not only that, I'll be creating a multi-purpose packaging that can be used for multiple functions to aid them for a specific situation. With extreme weather and high impact collision, I will have to assure that the food inside the packaging will travel and transported towards the vulnerable groups with safe and secure condition. That's my objective. I'm going to briefly talk through my idea and exploration since my day one. The stacking box idea. The concept of this thing right here is how it can be stacked on top of each other. It can be very useful when it's stacked high because it will have more support for each box. And this is second version is where these are inspired by the jewelry case. This type of separation also keep the product more safe because the area covering the food are compact between each other. After more researching and gathering feedbacks, the reason why this idea cannot get through it is because it is too complex to be used in masses. It's just not practical enough for the vulnerable groups and also for the logistical team. From the explorations, I've come up with a new goals and direction, which is simple, practical, safe, and easy. These are the keywords that I base my work on. My last presentation back in last sem, I think praCipta I presented this idea, a rectangular shape box with the basics for its shape, with a height of 30 centimeter and 27.5 width. This specific size will fit to the Asian pallet size perfectly because of the safety of the transportation process. It can guarantee secure and safety delivery. Meanwhile, the inside of this packaging, the box will have 3 separate parts and will be divided with a cardboard. This separation is beneficial because I want to maximize the space inside the box so it can fit more foods. And the box will have 2 doors of opening each side, and we need to open both sides to take all the food and to fill in the food. The interesting feature of this box that I presented before is the ability of this packaging that can be transformed into a table. Now, before I'm going further with this, let me explain why it has to be a table. During my visual observation research, I noticed that there is one important thing they lack in during the evacuation or placement center, a table to eat. They didn't have that. Is it really important in their situation? Not really, but it can be very helpful. Sure, we can eat a meal without the table, no problem, but eating a meal directly from the floor without any elevation or supports could be a problem for your back, for your backbone in the longer run. Thus, this mini table exists. So how does it work? Uh, Basically, it is very easy. You just have to open the box from both sides, and then you have to remove the stickers that are holding the legs, and then fold it and stable it on the floor. Pretty easy. The simplicity of doing this is important because it will be used by many variations of people, so it have to be very simple and practical to follow and to use. Also, worth mentioning is the height of the table is 30 centimeter, perfect height to elevate the meal to eat while sitting on the floor. This was my idea proposal for my project that I presented at the end of the last semester. After gathering research, collecting information and testing some mockups, I noticed one significant flaw in this idea concept. Sure, the table is acceptable, but the execution has its weakness. As you can see, more than half the table area is supported by this thin board. Can it withstand the weight of the foot? Absolutely, but it can easily accidentally flicks outward, thus causing all the foots to fall down. Just by seeing the legs, you can actually tell the table support can easily knock down by anything. Legs, hands, children running around. It can get very messy if a family is having a meal, then suddenly someone leg trip the table leg and dinner is over. Despite the good concept, it is not too durable and can easily messed up. So improvement was needed. Changes is imminent and I need to fix the weakness. Uh, this idea is to improve the table strength, especially at the support. So this is my first shot to improve it. It's the same thing as before. Just open the box from both sides, right and left, and then use an external piece of board or cardboard that are larger than the box to put it on top of the box and becoming a table base. But unfortunately, this concept is not balanced because there is no supported pillar in some area of the cardboard. I start to improvise again and tweak some changes. I finally figured out the best way to make the table balanced, strong, and not easily fall off. This is my best concept for this project so far. I finally figured out the best way to make the table balanced. Uh, it still serves the same purpose and it still forms a table, but the legs was changed. Before I was using an internal part of the box to form a table. Now the idea was to install an external piece of material to help to support the table, becoming a pillar. The method is called box join. It combines two pieces of cardboard or a box by interlocking them together by using the space that has been cut out. This creates a strong bond that are not easily knocked down. Same as before, started by opening the box from both sides, left and right, then extend the flaps. After the box as extend, you can connect the box joint to the edge of the top area. Two box joint for each side, so overall it needs four box joint for a table. This will become the table support pillar, and this box joint will be included in the box itself since it's very slim. Uh, when when all the box joint has been connected, it can form a sturdy and balanced table at the same time. It is hard to knock down or fall off. Besides that, not only this concept improves the stability and durability, it is also increase the surface area the table to become larger than before. Despite the changes and the improvement, everything was the same. The materials, the visual illustration, and the content of the food. The materials that will be used for this packaging is double wall corrugated box, double wall. These double wall are constructed using two layers of corrugated cardboard with a lanyard board facing between them. This construction provides strength and stability and is much stronger and durable than the standard corrugated box. For the visual illustration, this is the example how it will be shown towards my targeted group. It is a visual illustration guide that are simple and easy to understand. These illustrations are inspired by IKEA. IKEA are known to be one of the easiest guide and simplest to follow. This will be printed on top of the box itself for easy guidance and quick view. However, this visual guide is not updated yet with the latest prototype. It is still in process. Other than that, these are the rest of the box printed visuals. It contains the direction to open the box. It will show the food content and number of food. Not only that, I will also include food icon and the numbers of it for easy understanding of the food. And it will show you of how many weeks these food are targeted for how many packs of people, and it will also show a logo from specific NGOs, and my own company logo. After calculating the size and the area of the packages, the foods that will be included are 5 packs of energy bars, 5 packet of soup, 5 peanuts, 3 small milkshakes, a dozen of tea, 1 peanut butter, 5 canned food, 3 small canned food, 2 water bottles, 1 packet of biscuits. This is all for 7 days and for the packs of 3 to 4 people. Again, this could change time to time depending on the situations. I'm not a food expert or nutritional expert, but these are the best food selection that I come up and research so far. For box printing process, so I figured that printing on boxes need to be produced in a lot of numbers, thus can cost a lot of money. High cost of production are not salary for my project. So my alternative solution is using a stencil method or using a sticker method to put all the needed information into the box, the logo, the information, and the guide. I will also adding another feature in my packaging, which is the COVID-19 safety package pocket. This pocket will be included between the cardboard partition in the box. The small pocket will contain some face masks and sanitizer and gloves. And last but not least, I've done my Mockup testing, the joint box experiment, and so far it works well. It stands pretty solid. This is all for my presentation. I hope I've covered everything that I want to say. I appreciate everyone for listening, and thank you very much.
Faiz,
Yes, sir.
untuk yang packet 1 week tu, kalau dia share by 3 to 4 people, kenapa air dia 2? So normally people don't share the drink. So I think you have to reconsider on how you packet it. But what lacking in your presentation I see here is that you focus too much on the designing of the table itself rather than designing the outlooks of the how the graphics elements of the packaging itself. So that's what I see, because it's too much on making the box into the tables.
Actually, the outer look, the visuals, I have actually presented in my last presentation. So this presentation I focus more on this feature.
Okay.
Siti dulu.
Okay. Apa nama tadi saya nak tanya? Pernah tak you dengar ada orang yang susah lah, dia kotak itu berharga bagi mereka. Berharga tu bila mereka tak cukup makan, dia akan rebus kotak tu untuk makan.
I have never heard of that.
Ada saya tengok, ada satu ni, satu dokumentari saya tengok. Even rebus dan makan sebab tak cukup makan. So daripada dia jadi table, lebih baik dia makan. Kalau you buat printing penuh dengan ink apa semua, maka beracunlah perut-perut mereka. Bukanlah saya nak encourage kotak tu untuk dimakan, tidak. Tapi kalau kita lihat, kalau kita makan, kita pergi camping, pergi ke pantai, pergi beach area, kita guna mat. Okey dia makan atas mat, tak ada table. And then the product yang you sediakan tu pun perlu sangat ke table. Adakah ada satu keperluan? Kena tengok keperluan juga. So you focus too much, dia bagus. Okay, apa yang you buat, idea you transform tu bagus. Cuma kesesuaian itu, sebab orang dalam keadaan susah. Ada banyak lagi benda lebih penting daripada nak ada meja kotak. That is just my opinion. Cuma you just a kotak saja, you design pun kotak, dia letak barang. So I tak tahu kat mana unique uniqueness of the product yang dekat mana lagi dia boleh berfungsi sebagai benda lain selain daripada table. Sebab saya rasa table tu bukan sesuatu utama, keutamaan pun sebenarnya. Itu pendapat saya sajalah, I don't know. Pendapat yang lain macam mana?
Okay, Miss Echo, Doctor. Thank you for that feedback.
Okay, Faiz, boleh you pergi tajuk you tak?
Okay.
Okay, saya sambung apa yang Dr. Siti cakap tadi lah. Sebab in a way, kalau saya tengok yang you banyak sangat buat experimentation tadi tu, you are solving industrial design punya problems. You are not solving the graphic designer. You nak come up with your portfolio on graphic design. Tapi kalau I tengok daripada you punya tajuk ni, food aid relief packages for vulnerable groups, satu dia bunyi pun dah sangat, saya pun dah tak tahu apa sebenarnya you punya project ni. If you're talking about the boxes, you are solving apa sebenarnya? Kata kalau you tengok dari segi apa yang you tengok gambar the first picture ni, durability. You nak tengok dari segi the type of boxes and all that. Tapi kalau tadi you tunjuk yang dekat Malaysia untuk orang banjir, kan? Biasanya kotak tu sampai kat tempat orang yang banjir. Contohlah. So macam mana cara kotak tu disampaikan kepada tempat yang banjir tu, tempat yang selamat tu, whether dia basah ke tak tu later on. But then kalau you nak cakap dari segi grafik, apa sebenarnya you cuba sampaikan? Yang I nampak tadi, okay, idea adalah you nak tiru macam IKEA, tapi kalau IKEA you buat produk, okay fine, you buat macam IKEA, dia ada table, dia ada chairs and macam mana nak assemble and all that. Tapi kalau you punya tadi yang saya nampak hanya graphic elements that you can promote is using yang COVID-19 punya package tu. Itu saya nampak the value of graphic design kat situ. Tapi as a whole for your project ni, saya tak nampak apa yang you cuba sampaikan as a graphic designer. This is what a big project as a graphic designer ini yang you cuba sampaikan secara in general. Because I don't know what are you trying to solve. Kalau graphically, apa yang you cuba solve? Kalau ID tadi, nampak? You gunakan kotak banyak. You can do that untuk solvekan ID problem. Tapi kalau grafik punya problem, apa yang you nak cuba sampaikan? Apa yang masalah sebenarnya? Yang itu yang to me, I pun personally tak nampak apa yang you cuba solve in terms of graphic design kat sini. Alright? Thank you.
Alright.
Faiz, remember
Yes.
you're doing the graphics programs, and also kalau you tengok kepada apa tu Baitul Mal punya food, you pernah tengok tak Baitul Mal punya box, food box tu?
Yes,
Dia
sir.
pun dah ada design, dah ada menarik dah. Ramai dah sekarang company MAS pun dah trying to come up with their own food packaging, food relief. WHO ada dia punya food relief, USAID ada dia punya food relief punya bag, punya design. Dia punya logo was so embossed. Kalau you tengok the USAID punya logo was very embossed out. So daripada jauh orang lain kalau fotografer nampak, dia akan nampak itu daripada US tu. So I think those are the elements yang you really need to focus on. Kalau you nak show this is your company ke Malaysia ke, even kalau you tengok kepada PM ataupun parlimen kita pun ada bagi food aid, ada gambar poster muka mereka je besar kat situ kan. So itu pun food aid dia orang punya element graphics yang letak kat situ. So focus more on to how do you want to visually show representation of penyumbang tersebut on the package tersebut, ataupun macam mana yang you nak fikirkan nantilah. Alright Faiz, continue with that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Next kita ada Bong ada tak ini? Bong tak ada hantar pun dia punya slide. Bong, are you here Bong?
Yes. I just hand in already.
You just hand in. Okay, you may start whenever you're ready.
Okay. Can you see my slide? Can you see me?
Yes, yes, we can see you. We can see
Okay.
your slide, but we cannot see you. We can see your slide.
Okay. Okay. Good morning to all the lecturers and my fellow friends. I'm Bong Chishan, matching number 65562. So I'm going to present my topic today. My topic now is changing to applying the contemporary design on herbs packaging. As in the modern era today, the Chinese herb packaging and design are still in a traditional and ordinary style of design. There is no brand packaging design for retail Chinese herbal medicine in the market based on the research of Ting in 2020. And Ting also said that the Chinese are major in pharmacological research, but it actually also includes visual aesthetic and cultural aesthetic of herb medicine. And also based on the research in 2019, people's traditional visual psychology and reading methods has changed by digital technology to a huge extent, and the old design concept can no longer match the new media methods. The traditional design concept unable to meet the visual needs of modern people. Furthermore, the only lasting combination of packaging design is the combination of visual elements of brands design and product content. Therefore, according to the design issue, I came up with the topic applying contemporary design on herb packaging. So I have doing the research on observe the packaging in the market. And this is the packaging I taken in the market and observed from the online. And I found that the packaging now is like more to the bright pastel white color, more to illustration or cartoons. It is clean design, like easy to read and seen. And also they also put some patterns on the packaging. So my design concept will be, since my topic is about herbs, so it will be with the Chinese elements as the tea and herbs is the origin of tea and herbs is from China. A moreover, contemporary concept will be added to represent the modern generation. So the product I'm going to use is the Chinese tea and the herbs from a Chinese medicine store. They don't have they still don't have the proper packaging for their product. They only use the plastic to pack it. And then this is my sketches. I have few sketches. This is another design. And then my inspiration is came from the Chinese elements. And the colors will be the colors of flowers like rose. Because the tea will be the rose, jasmine tea, roseate, and chrysanthemums. So will be red, white, and maroon, and also yellow. So this is my digital design for my design 1. And this is another design 2, the final design. So the shape is like the triangle shape, and then will be 2 parts, the upper parts and the lower parts. So the upper parts will be like multiple function. They can like make the one I call it cap. So this is a measure cap. They can just pour the tea into the cap, so they no need to like ask how much they should do to pour. So just use the cap, this measure cap, so they can just pour it and boil it and drink. And my inspiration come from the shape is came from this style of packaging shape and design. And this is the outlayer design of my packaging. Will be like Chinese elements here, and then for the caps inside will be the flower, the rose. This is the design for roses. So it will be red color, major in red color. And then this is the outlayer for the packaging, will be more plain, like more to the Chinese calligraphy style, easy to understand. And then this one, the cap, will be like more to the Western style like that. So this is a 3D view. So my the tea I'm planning to put into the plastic so consumers can see the tea inside. And then this is the function of the cap. That's all for me. Thank you.
Bong, so you are designing Chinese tea, right?
Yes.
Okay. Instead of you are using the cap to measure and things like that, why don't you use sachet then?
Sorry, use what?
Sachet.
Sachet. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Pack into sachet.
Ya, tu kan lagi senang. Dia dah dah measure dah satu-satu bungkus tu.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
All right.
Bong, for your Chinese contemporary designs, you're talking about contemporary design. Saya tak nampak contemporary design. I more nampak macam masih lagi traditional design. You need to explain that you want to do contemporary design for the looks and visuals and make sure. But on the Chinese herbs, traditional Chinese herbs punya project, kita dah ada benchmark on one of the students last time buat, very nice. So for you, if you focus on the tea, the Chinese tea, make sure you now competing, you now contemplating with two things, traditional values and contemporary design. So how could you actually blend those two into one? Because saya tak nampak lagi benda ni di visually in your designs.
Okay.
Pada saya, I would rather use the Roman punya text rather than the Chinese character because not all can read Mandarin. And then maybe the illustration part, you can adapt this Chinese culture dari segi illustration. But in terms of the punya branding, the text, information, I think you should use just Roman characters lah. And then lagi satu, why you use this kita punya triangle shape ya?
Piramid.
Kalau piramid. Sebab dia susah nak stacking tau. Dia makan space. Kalau kita jual dekat kedai ya, dekat shelf tu, kalau you nak letak tu hanya sebab dia 3 segi tau. Dia boleh letak satu. So dia limit. So dia ada hollow space dekat between these two box. Dia rugi space. Yeah, unless if you come up with your unique POP to stack all of this packaging. Tapi make sure dia utilize the space lah.
Okay. Alright, Miss.
Bong, ini je ke you punya design? That's it. Just one.
No, still good. But just this one, the one I'm doing now.
Pergi you punya sketches nak tengok kalau you kata still doing. Mana sketches you tadi? Ni semua orang punya. Ni. These are all your sketches.
Oh yeah.
Ni inspiration. So this is what you plan to do. Tapi end up you buat jadi triangle or the pyramid tadi.
Yes.
Macam mana you solve? Yang ini you punya sketches and ideas. You solve through pyramid. Proses tu macam you ada skip the process. You faham tak maksud saya?
Faham.
You have this ideation and then the outcome is totally different from your ideation tadi. You dah start ada idea buat macam ni, you come up with this teeny weeny thingy, sachet ada ni tiba-tiba yang you keluarkan tadi dalam bentuk 3D adalah pyramid. So that's why we don't actually see what's new and that's why Dr. Siti comment tadi tu stacking problems. So you have to think about it lah because you buat macam you lompat you punya proses. Alright?
Okay. Alright.
Bong, ini topik baru
Yeah.
You keep on changing topik tau. Last semester topik lain, semester ni topik lain. Tiba-tiba topik jadi Chinese tea punya produk ni. think this
Because
is quite dangerous for you, you know, because I think
yes, I know.
at this moment, there's no more changing topic. Last semester you buat benda lain, this semester you buat benda lain.
Mm.
You tak boleh sebenarnya benda ni. You are not allowed to change topic at this semester because what happened to last semester punya work? Totally change from this semester.
Okay.
Okay, Bong, next, Floria. Floria, are you in? Tak nampak nama dia ni. Okay, dia message kata dia ada problems dengan line dia. He will try to dia ada problem dengan line, dia try to come in later. See Ivona?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we start with you first.
Okay, sir. Good morning to all the lecturers and also all my fellow friends. My name is Yeviona Amo, and today I'm going to present about my Fyp2 progress. My FYP topic is about creating a brand identity and packaging design for soy products such as tofu, tofu puff, and soy milk. These are the sketches. I've been working on the design of the packaging lately, and these are some of the sketches that I have drawn. Initially in FYP1, I do my design based on Japanese concept, but now I also focus on the local concept as well, which means that I want my design to be able to show that this is a product from local, from Sarawak. Next is the sample of idea. This is the visual study on packaging for various types of soy products. And this is another reference for the packaging design and aisle display done by overseas tofu brand. And this is the mood board, which include the fonts and colors that I'm going to use for my packagings later. Next is the development process. Here I'm going to briefly talk about my design process from the very start to the most recent idea. First is the packaging design for tofu. I got the inspiration from a Japanese sushi tray bento. I've also done a digital versions of the drawing as shown in the right side of the slide. Then this is the packaging design for tofu puff, the one on the left. I got the inspiration from a gift bag. I want to use this type of packaging so that when placed on aisles, it can stand out among the other same product almost instantly. The one on the right is the packaging design for a soy milk. And again, I got the inspiration from gift bottle. These are the digital drawing for the tofu and tofu puff packaging area. Here is another packaging design for the tofu. The first one on the left, I got the inspiration from onigiri packaging, which I want the tofu to be able to tore off from the middle easily, just like the onigiri packaging. The one on the right, I designed it based on environmentally friendly design of a bulk packaging. The main focus here is to see how can I design the packaging with the most minimum material. Next, the design here is based on the local concept I mentioned earlier. This one here is the packaging for tofu and tofu puff. It is inspired by our local longhouse architecture. In this idea, I want to design all the packaging in the shape of a house so that when the packaging are aligned together, they can form a longhouse as shown in the picture here in the slide. This is the detail of the packaging when it was open, and there are transparent part on the side just for the consumer to look through it so that they can check for the freshness of the tofu or tofu puff. This is the cartoon design for the soy milk. It was designed like a house tool so that it can be displayed, can be aligned together with the tofu and tofu puff packaging during display. And this is just the other side. And that's all from me today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ipona.
Thank you, sir.
Any comments, any suggestion from the groups?
What are the problems that you are trying to solve?
The company wants to have its own brand identity, and it also want to use their brand connection for the soy product.
How many type of product do you have? How many
Um,
type of soya based product do you have? What type?
The three main one is the tofu puff, and soy milk.
Only two?
Three. Tofu puff, the tau pot,
Oh,
and
okay.
then the soy milk.
So what is the problem of the previous packaging?
The previous packaging is just a transparent plastic bag with nothing on it.
So now you are trying to make it like how does it look like?
What's the added value that you just said?
Sorry.
Can you explain what's the added value on the new packaging that you plan?
Added value. I want to give it a brand identity.
Brand identity. Si Azwan, I think added value dia tu atap tu. Atap rumah panjang tu sampai added
Okay,
value.
can we see your objective again? Do you have a research objective in the slides?
I didn't put it in my slide.
Okay, basically, okay, I just saw that you tend to use the sense of architecture of rumah panjang and integrate with the tofu packaging, right?
Yes.
Okay, I don't see any connecting or embedded cultural value between tofu and rumah panjang at now. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So I don't know why you come up with rumah panjang, but basically you have to know the rules of the tofu itself. Dia punya apa tu? Dia punya siapa yang produce, community mana yang produce. Kan? So tiba-tiba when you come up with different cultural identity, dekat sini dah ada design conflict sebenarnya.
Okay, sir.
Kalau saya tengok Japanese or Korean punya packaging, I think your packaging should be more easy to handle, not too complicated. You know, like maybe using the plastic, apa yang macam clamshell tu, plastic yang bau tapak dia plastik, empat segi. You put your tofu, and then atas tu you can put the peel off kind of penutup. Kan dia tutup dengan peel off plastik atas tu, and then you design, you put your brand there. I think you tak perlu make it too complicated. Ni kan dia dah nampak macam susah nak pasarkan. Dia nak shipping susah, untuk nak display susah, banyak benda, banyak halangan di sini yang you design sekarang ni. I think you should simplify. No, sebab tofu je kot. Bukannya benda eksklusif nak jual, macam perfume ke apa ke. This is just a tofu. Food product. Lepas you makan, you buang. Campak tu sampah. You kena fikirkan benda-benda tu.
That's right. I don't see any problem actually on the tofu packaging. I mean the current packaging. Sebab your research is based on the request from the company, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Ini yang problemnya ni. So you can rely on the demand from the company. You have to have your own research flow. Faham tak?
Okay, sir.
Okey, saya nak tanya, siapa nama? Viona? Ivonia?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okey, kamu serius ke dengan projek kamu?
Yes, sir.
Serius. Kamu tidak mengenali produk kamu sebenarnya. Okay? Tofu itu sendiri. It's a perishable item. Mudah, jangka hayat dia sangat pendek. Dan macam mana nak handle tofu itu sendiri. Kamu tidak memahami. Okay? That's why kamu cadangkan yang bukan-bukan. Kamu kena serius memahami subject matter kamu. Okay? Itu yang saya perhatikan lah.
Okay, Iona, remember what you're trying to do is here brand identity. You're trying to create the identity for that particular brand, even by the manufacturers. They want you to create the identity for their brand. So how you want to create a brand identity, you need to really focus on not just the packaging, the outlook of the packaging, but deliver the message to consumers so that consumer can perceive that this tofu should be the best tofu in the market. So that's how you want to, what kind of brand identity are you trying to portray here? And Ivana? So I think we need to focus more onto your topics rather than you go here and there trying to do this packaging differently, using concept pun bermacam-macam, not here, not there. And this is very unstrategized for you to do this kind of projects. All right.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Viviana. Okay. Next kita minta Afonsius.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okey, selamat pagi kepada semua pensarah dan rakan-rakan sekalian. Jadi pagi ini saya akan membentangkan mengenai projek praCipta pertama saya, iaitu menerapkan seni ukiran ikang orang Ulu dalam tipografi. Jadi seperti yang Anda lihat di sini, projek brief adalah kajian ini dijalankan untuk menerapkan seni ukiran ikang, tipografi dan Mockup Roma. Seperti Kampung Long Laput yang masih lagi menerapkan pengamalan ikang ini dengan Kampung Hilir Kuasaan Tutopo, iaitu Long Bemang dengan Long Atip. Jadi permasalahan kajian yang saya dapati di sini adalah di mana menggabungkan motif ukiran seni orang Ulu ini sangat bersifat dekorasi dengan ketetapan tipografi yang mengharuskan ketinggian tahap kesahan dan kebolehbacaan. Permasalahan kedua adalah mengklasifikasikan font atau muka type dalam menghasilkan kerjaan ini. Yang ketiga adalah penggayaan muka type seni ukir orang Urdu ini dalam tipografi yang mempunyai elemen dan prinsipal yang tersendiri. Jadi objektif kajian yang saya lakukan adalah mengenal pasti motif seni ukiran ikeng masyarakat orang Ulu dalam penghasilan font. Jadi seterusnya setelah saya mengenal pasti, saya akan menganalisis motif seni ukiran ini sebelum diterapkan ke dalam tipografi. Jadi yang terakhir setelah menganalisis, saya akan menghasilkan muka type rumah yang baru, dan muka type tersebut terdapat unsur ataupun ciri-ciri ikeng inilah. Jadi target user, sebab ikeng ini hanya dikenali dari segi diukir pada bangunan sampai, jadi ada bagus juga saya lakukan terapkan dalam tipografi. Jadi saya target pelancong yang datang melawat ke Sarawak. Jadi kenapa kegunaan penggayaan ikeng ini juga dapat menjadi salah satu tema. Contohnya seperti music festival ataupun ada keramaian lah, pegiat seni, masyarakat, pelajar dan mereka. Jadi untuk idea development saya telah melakukan saya memilih font yang bernama Crinkles Decomposition Use. Jadi di sini saya coba untuk mengeluarkan dia punya ciri-ciri konsep tuh, sebab konsep idea saya adalah ikeng kawit nih dia unsur tumbuhan. Jadi yang bawah ini pula unsur binatang, yaitu ikan aso-aso nih dalam bahasa Kayan dia anjing. Jadi seperti yang Anda lihat di sini adalah gabungan dua hewan. Jadi yang bawah ini anjing, yang atas ini naga. Inilah konsep yang saya terangkan tadi. Inspirasi saya dapati dari yang pertama tipografi motif perisai Dayak dari Kalimantan. Mereka menggunakan gabungan tipografi sans serif dan pucuk daun yang terdapat pada perisai pejuang perang orang dulu itulah, yang sekarang orang selalu pakai untuk keramaian ngajar. Jadi seperti yang Anda lihat di sini, dia punya huruf tuh menegak, dan mereka memilih font seperti ini agar dia menunjukkan ketegasan dan terlihat lebih gagah, seperti mana Anda melihat perisai yang selalu orang gunakan. Jadi yang seterusnya tipografi Minangkabau. Anda boleh lihat dari segi tipografi ini, dia ada dalam tulisan tuh dia ada cabang-cabang yang sudut yang itu menyerupai gojo pada rumah gadang yang terletak di Sumatera Barat. Yang seterusnya Gurga Batak. Ini gabungan unsur motif budaya masyarakat Batak dengan salah satu tipografi serif. Oke. Seterusnya penggunaan warna. Saya memilih 4 warna ini, dan 3 warna ini yaitu hitam, kuning dengan merah, juga mencerminkan bendera Sarawak, dan warna ini juga sering kali digunakan dalam pengukiran dan mewarnai ikang. Seperti kalau Anda lihat pada sapi, Anda akan lihat warna hitam yang sering kali digunakan, ada juga warna putih, warna merah. Begitu juga di tiang bangunan, dinding, dengan kalau Anda bertuah, Anda mungkin dapat lihat pada keranda lama, tapi itu hanya di pekuburan lah. Ya, seterusnya ini saya coba mengaplikasikan warna tersebut dalam font yang saya telah hasilkan buat masa inilah, belum yang betul-betul itu punya. Jadi saya punya sketching. Kita masuk sketching. Pada mulanya saya memilih 2 tipografi, tapi memandangkan yang sensitif agak kurang itu, jadi saya memilih yang bersifat dekorasi, sebab saya punya tajuk pun ikang, yaitu ukiran bersifat dekorasi. Jadi ini adalah font yang sudah saya buat, huruf besar, huruf kecil, dan beberapa sketch lah. Dia lebih kurang sama, tapi sebenarnya ini font lain. Kalau tengok sekilas memang lebih kurang sama lah. Ini saya punya yang sebelah sini contoh satu contoh sketch cara mempromosikan, bagaimana mempromosikan tipografi seni ukiran ikang.
Functions, dekat sketches awak ni, awak ada cuba tak ataupun eksperimen trace and then apply dekat graph paper instead of normal sketchbook?
Saya trace kejap, saya beritahu kertas trace. Ini saya punya kertas saya trace.
Itu graph paper
Bukan, ini saya pakai kertas biasa saja.
Oh, so you tak pakai graph paper langsung?
Tidak pakai saya.
Grid paper tu, tak ada
Tidak ada. Boleh saya teruskan, sir?
Teruskan.
Okey, terima kasih. Terus dia beginilah saya kira macam bikin macam buat jurnal, kira macam jurnal lah. Jadi sini saya tengok macam mana tipografi inspirasi yang setelah saya ambil, dan di sini seperti yang permasalahan tadi, penggayaan ikang ini, sebab ikang ini mempunyai elemen dan prinsip tersendiri, yaitu seperti yang Anda lihat garisan, yaitu lengkungan dan lingkaran. Jadi sebab ini tipografi saya coba cari dia punya stem, leg dengan maksudnya swas, seperti yang Anda lihat di sini. Swas adalah swas is a fancy or a decorative replacement to the terminal or serif in any capital letter. And stem is the main vertical stroke in upright character, dia punya batang. And the leg is a portion of letter that extend at one downward and attach at one end and free at the others. Ini contoh yang saya telah buat dalam digital. Dan dalam bagaimana saya memperkenalkan tipografi ini, saya akan menggunakan cara mempromosi melalui poster, banner, sebab apa dia banner dan poster, sebab selalu kebanyakan dia ada acara-acara lah, sebab ni tadi dia akan dapat menjadi salah satu tema dalam mempromosi ini. Jadi dalam acara-acara tersebut mungkin ada tema orang Hulu, tema Sape, tema perayaan tradisional. Jadi pada masa yang sama orang akan mencari font yang relevan dan berkaitan dengan tema-tema tersebut. Saya juga akan menggunakan sosial media dalam mempromosikan dan mempromosikan tipografi ini lah. Sedikit merchandise. Dan beginilah cara ni font first original font serif yang saya telah ambil, saya tambah dengan unsur ini tadi, unsur ikam ni tadi, ini seperti yang Anda lihat tadi yang binatang punya, saya coba ambil dia punya kepala, dan yang kelawit unsur tumbuhan punya tadi saya ambil dia punya cabang-cabang tu dan gabungkan dia jadi macam inilah. Itu saja dari saya. Thank you.
Conscious.
Yes.
Have you evaluate ataupun test in terms of legibility dengan readability of your design font?
Belum rasanya tu.
Buat
Because sebab apa? Kalau melihat kepada bila you apply pada poster tadi, dia memang tidak boleh dibaca, sangat sukar, memang susah nak baca. So dia macam mana you categorizekan this font? Adakah ini ornament tau, ini ornamental tau, punya kind of font. Dia type display. Sama ada dia hanya satu huruf, dia panggil apa? Satu huruf yang besar. Kemudian
Dia
lain
tak boleh campur.
No, kejap. I know. Dia tidak boleh keseluruhan teks itu menggunakan font this category of font. Tidak boleh. Memang tidak akan dapat dibaca. So you kena classifykan dia. Huruf ini maybe digunakan satu sahaja. Contoh permulaan huruf A, kemudian ada ejaan lain itu menggunakan font lain. Okey, kerana untuk pembacaan memang tak dapat. Kalau satu huruf sahaja menjadi dekorasi kat situ is fine. Tapi untuk teks, for text purpose memang tak dapat. Even untuk poster tadi pun tak dapat baca. And then satu lagi, I think you avoid using colour. Okay. Font ni dia sepatutnya hitam sahaja. Okay. So banyak isu di situ sebenarnya. Isu legibility, readability dengan penggunaan font ini. Itu yang you kena fikirkan.
Ya, Doktor. Terima kasih, Doktor.
Okey, saya boleh menambah?
Boleh, Sir.
Okey, first saya rasa kamu telah membuat improvement yang banyak daripada first sehingga sekarang. Tetapi ada tempat-tempat tertentu yang saya rasakan boleh dibaiki. Terutamanya apabila yang sekarang ini, yang dekat display sekarang ini contohnya. Kalau kita mengambil ataupun adoptkan elemen daripada ikan kepada elemen dekorasi untuk satu font itu, mungkin juga tidak sesuai font yang perbandingan, kadar banding antara stroke yang paling kecil dengan stroke yang paling besar. Sebab apa? Dia akan hilang ataupun mengganggu. Jadi kita boleh either kita buang yang kecil-kecil ataupun macam mana, it's up to you, you buat design nanti. Okey, betul apa yang Dr. Siti katakan tadi berkenaan dengan legibility dengan readability. Tetapi bagi saya dekat sini adalah lebih kepada readability disebabkan oleh gangguan daripada, bukan masalah sebenarnya daripada elemen-elemen dekorasi yang ada pada font tersebut. Tetapi cara penggunaan mana-mana font pun, bukan font awak ya, mana-mana font. Kalau font itu masuk di dalam kategori cursive ataupun dalam kategori dekorasi, kita tak akan menggunakan all cap kesemuanya. Ya, itu adalah satu rule dan tak boleh dibaca. All cap tak boleh dibaca. That's why dia mesti gabungkan all and big and small ataupun small sahaja. Okay, biasanya kalau ada benda macam ini untuk initial yes, untuk satu sahaja. Untuk logo, untuk apa, satu huruf saja itu fine ataupun dua huruf yang kamu gabungkan. Tapi bukan untuk huruf bacaan. Okay? Jadi kalau untuk huruf bacaan memang dia lemah dah dari segi readability dengan legibility dia.
Boleh saya nak komen sikit?
Boleh.
Alphonsus, boleh tak tengok you punya title dulu? Astaghfirullahalazim, ucap panjang saya. You menerapkan seni ukiran iking orang Ulu dalam tipografi. Memang you are doing the problem solving for typography system lah, I would say. Tapi you pakai software apa untuk generate you punya font tu? You pakai software apa?
Buat masa sekarang nih dokter saya menggunakan software Illustrator.
Illustrator je.
Saya rasa dia belum buat untuk fotografi, saya rasa belum.
That's the problem. Sebab benda ni you buat kerja setahun. Kerja you setahun tau. Ini dah minggu kelima. Yang you nak you buat tu, you pergi dekat poster awak tu. Memang tadi yang the comment is legibility, readability. Yes, that's the most important thing that you have to consider bila you buat typography, system, all those you kena consider. You tengok you punya poster. Ini design poster kamu ke, Alphonsus? This is your design.
Saya coba.
Kamu ke? Coba, astagfirullahalazim, saya mengucap lagi. Saya pernah buat budak yang mungkin darjah 5 kot. I would say, can do better than yours. Dari segi layout, dari segi interface, dari segi the placement. You dah belajar 3 tahun as a graphic designer. This is what you are showing us. Kalau you pergi LI, saya harap you tak bawa nama Unimas. Because if this is the one that you are showing, you are a graphic designer from Unimas, saya tak nak ngaku. You mungkin bagi tahu you as management lah supaya kami tak rasa bersalah. Kami ajar kamu 3 tahun. Kalau ini yang kamu punya final year project, I'm sorry. I don't think you can go further. Kalau ini dah minggu kelima saya tak tahulah minggu ke-6, ke-7 dan seterusnya apa jadi. Don't give excuses. This is all, ni bulan puasa saya tak nak sebut. But good luck.
Thank you, Doktor.
Okay, thank you, Alphonsus. Kita akan move the discussion in your chat groups.
Okay.
Next, Muhammad Abdul Shah. Shah, where are you?
Yes, sir. Good, sir.
Good. You can start whenever you're ready, Shah.
Boleh dengar, sir? Boleh dengar, sir?
Boleh.
Okay. Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi kepada semua lecturer. Saya Muhammad Syah Muhammad Ismail, umur metrik 68581. Hari ini saya akan menerangkan tajuk saya iaitu strategi promosi ekopelancongan sempurna. Untuk permasalahan saya, banyak kawasan yang berpotensi dijadikan sumber ekopelancongan namun tidak diperkenalkan di kawasan sempurna. Sendiri geografinya kaya dengan keindahan alam semula jadi. Di mana pertama, gunakan platform sedia, web dan advertising, billboard, poster, outdoor dan tiga, berkenaan ekoturism, merchandise yang sesuai adalah t-shirt, stiker, tote bag, and yang sesuai. Logo, beberapa logo yang ada untuk ekoturism dan saya mengambil
Syah buang dia punya kamera tu Syah Aslam, dia punya layar kat sempurna tak berapa bagus, right? Your bandwidth kecil, so you blur your slide saja. Tutup video ni.
Segi font atau stop ke sir?
Off saja video Syah.
Syah, you off your punya video tapi you continue dengan slide. Pakai slide saja. Sebab dia punya line di sempurna tak berapa kuat tu.
Okay.
Okay, continue dengan
Sir?
slide ni.
Tadi saya ada menyenaikan beberapa sampel-sampel logo yang sedia ada berkenaan ekoturism dan saya melihat daripada teks yang mereka gunakan dan ikon yang mereka gunakan. Begitu juga dengan yang logo seterusnya. Macam contoh logo Borneo Ecotourism, Tours Malaysian, dong ada macam untuk dan font yang jelas, mudah dipaham dan logo teks dan ikon, combination logo. Untuk logo sketch first edition, pertama saya ingin buat yang sempurna amazing punya nama. Lepas tu saya try lagi another version logo sempurna travel tapi last kelas ada kena tegur sebab saya punya motto ekoturism kepada travel, jadi saya ubah. Lepas ini adalah seterus logo saya.
So, kenapa tak nampak dia punya screen tu?
Nampak ke sir?
Mr. Ai,
nampak.
Mr. Ai, boleh tak you sharekan slide dia? You buka slide dia. And then dia just cakap je lah.
Cuba keluar balik. Continue balik. Keluar daripada unit setting tu Syah.
Sekejap sir.
Just stop sharing.
Saya sharekan dia punya slide. Dia cakap dia.
You stop sharing.
Okay, saya share dia slide. Saya continue now. So where are you?
So dia keluar daripada ni.
I think so. Dia punya line.
Alah, dia tak faham lah.
Upon tu,
kita proses dengan budak lain dulu lah.
Okay, tak apa.
Go for the next student.
Nanti kita selesaikan yours and then we come back to you. Michelle, go you first, Michelle.
Yeah, okay. Wait. Can see my slide?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay, very good morning to Dr. Mastika, lecturers, and also to my classmates. My name is Michelle Mitra, matrix card number 66635. And today I will be presenting about my progress for my research topic, designing an educational tool to teach about Sabah's culture and ethnicities. So my presentation will cover, oh, sorry. So for my problem statement is that the younger generation in Malaysia are lacking in-depth knowledge and exposure about the Sabah's culture and ethnicities, and also the lack of multicultural awareness in material or tool in education. Although the topic about Sabah's culture and ethnicities had been touched on the various subjects in education, it is still just a small basic information for the students. So for this presentation, we'll cover 4 areas. First is the board game concept, sketches for characters illustration, the materials that I plan to use to produce the prototype, and lastly, the folding to determine which amount of folds that are suitable to use for my board design, which will affect my choice of packaging, box design in the later process. So for my board game concept, is a racing board game where the players are and will be played as an explorer or adventure that will go around the board on their own pace decided by a dice and also different mechanics such as ladders and their knowledge to overcome the trivia challenge on Sabah's ethnicities and culture to arrive at the finishing line. And the theme that I choose for the board game is adventure and explore. I chose this because it can portray or maybe can engage the players to be to have some fun while learning. Next is sketches. Okay, here are the previous sketches from the previous from the last time. Firstly, I tried to use the 2D flat illustration, and then I tried to use or maybe illustrate a real image into a illustration, but then I figured out that it does not suit my style or my design style. So this is the sketches for the new characters design. I tried to draw the modern modern character that I can find in the illustration style nowadays lah, actually. And then this is how it looks like after being digitalized. Example for Dusun Lotut, the male costume. And also for the female, it will look like this. And after being digitalized, it looks like this. Okay. There are some other sketches, but for handicraft, this is how I visualize it to be and digitalize. And for these sketches for the cuisine, I have not done fully yet because it is still in progress. And yeah, I try to digitalize some of it to preview back the design style, whether it suits my target audience or not. And for the playing cards, for the categories that I try to put in the playing cards, it's either ethnic outfit, cuisine, handicraft, music instrument, and traditional dances. But these 5 categories still need to be reviewed back again for further improvement towards making the prototype later on. So this is the previous board design sketch. Actually, this is just an idea where I use a round shape board game. And this is the square shape board game. And this one, I already choose these 2 shape for the board game. And why I want to choose a round shape board game, because it was first inspired by a board game named Tribal Pursuit, created by Canadians, where players travel around the board answering trivia questions on different topics and must correctly answer one from each topic in order to make it to the center and win the game. And the type of game is a cross and circle game. So that's what I try to implement into my board game design, and hence the round shape. Sorry. Okay, this is, I digitalized it already. For information, this one I have not fully illustrated yet because I feel it is too a little bit empty on the sides, and maybe I can add some elements and details inside the board. And this is for the square shape board design. And for the playing cards, the previous design for the playing card is technically like this, but then it is still in revise and review for how the playing card's gonna look like. And then for this ethnic outfit, I plan to use my own my own handwriting. For the materials for the board game, I plan to use standard material with litho wrap and 2mm chipboard, 2mm chipboard, similar to the material for Sidina or Scrabble board. And to finish the game, finish the board, it's either gloss or matte, but most probably matte if the material are available in the city. For the round shape, the material are slightly the same, but this one do not have the chipboard, but for option material, I would try to use a gray board or just the thick GSM of paper with the matte finish. About the folds, for this square shape, the amount of fold that can be done is 4-fold or 6-fold. This one, the folds will determine my design of package box later on. So yeah. Okay. For the round shape one, the amount of fold is 4-fold or 5-fold, but this one has a difficulty in solving the design, the package design later on, because it will look like a pizza if it's fold. I will show for the folds. I have to go back to my screen. as for the folding, I print it out and I tried to fold it. It looks like this. If for the 4-fold, and for the 6-fold, it will look like this. 5-fold, like this. And also there's another one for the square shape. It's the 4-fold, like look like this. 4-fold, the usual folding system for the traditional board game. They use, and also for the 6-fold, it will look a little bit complicated to fold in the first place, but look like this also. But then it will come in as square actually. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Michelle.
Yes.
You are focusing too much on the technical design of the product actually, not the game. I don't see any. I don't see any issues in terms of the content of the game, how it is played. You know, game ni macam mana dimainkan, apa stage dia, apa level dia. You know, how many person playing the game. And then what objectives, what aims or goals yang kita nak capai from this game. So in terms of the content of the game itself, itu saya tak nampak. Saya cuma nampak how you fold the paper, itu saja. And then you design the graphic, the characters, everything, itu saja. But what about the game itself?
The game itself, the game structure, Dr. Min?
Yes.
The game structure, it will contain 2 to 6 players at first. But then, not at first lah. Yeah, 2 to 6 players, and has some mechanics such as the game pieces that represent 1 person to 1 person, and then also a ladder, means tangga, like the snake and ladder. But then to play the game, before the game started, the players will have to pick up a ladder and then put it differently on the tiles of the game actually, and to determine whether they will go up, advance few tiles, or go down few tiles. But then that one is still that is what I had in mind lah actually.
Actually saya masih tak faham lagi game ni, konsep dia apa. Apa yang nak capai dalam game ni? Kita main tentang apa? Okay, contoh kalau I main Monopoly, I tahu I nak belajar macam mana nak save money or investment or nak beli property. At least I learn something from that game. But from your game, apa yang saya boleh belajar?
Because it's actually about culture and ethnicities, right? For the design of the board game just now that Dr. C, I actually put famous popular places in Sabah. Sorry, they can't see. So while they're playing, they can explore the places, and also from the tiles itself, it has like maybe pick an ethnic outfit card, and then they will decide whether to ask the person what is this outfit for and what is this outfit name. The idea is like that.
Okay.
So while they're playing, they can actually how to say, know about the culture itself, and also the ethnicities and also the other components in the culture. Then maybe the outcome of the game itself is the memory, because if the game succeeded or it works for the kids' memory, then they will remember once they see the outfit.
Okay, is this game for local Sabahan or for everyone?
It's for local Sabahan.
So that is biased. Wah, kenapa you nak buat game only for Sabahan people? Oh, sebab Sabahan they already know about the culture. Yang nak belajar culture is people from all around the world. You understand what I mean? Yang ada yang lain nak tambah?
Okay, the problematic part here, I can say the gameplay itself. Okay, Michelle, you haven't structured the gameplay yet. So you're supposed to come up with one simple infographics and share with us about the gameplay. Dan bila you explain verbally just now, you still using the word maybe. So maksudnya you still masih lagi in the stage
Questioning.
of tak confirm lagi you punya gameplay. You got what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
What you can do to enhance that, Michelle?
Yeah, but sir, I cannot hear you clearly.
Oh, sorry. What you can do? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Cannot. I cannot hear you, sir.
How about this? Can you hear this?
Can hear but not clear.
Okay, now can you hear me? Can you hear me better?
Still no. Dia macam hilang-hilang.
Hilang-hilang.
Iya, dia kuat lepas tu dia slow, dia kuat lepas dia slow.
Okay. Good. What I'm trying to say here, what I want to do is that do office rules just to do your.
Mr. Ike, we can't hear you, Mr. Ike. It's still unclear.
Saya ambil saya punya mic kan. Continue dulu, saya ambil saya punya mic.
Dah pakai.
Okay. Okay, I do have a few questions actually. So in terms of your game, right? What is actually your target audience really?
Oh, my target audience is for school kids actually, not school teenagers, aged from the 13 to 17.
Okay, all right. So how many teenagers have you talked with to get input from them, or have you ever reached out, or do you know anyone? Do you know their lifestyle?
Actually, no, because I plan to interview my mom's school student, but yang cuma balik pergi sekolah hanyalah form 4 and form 5 time tu lah, tapi sekarang sudah balik. And then I am constrained between classes to attend classes and also to interview them actually. And ada limit lah, ada limitation for me to interview them, but yeah.
Okay, so I think that is why there is such a gap in your design. Yeah? It's because you don't know your target audience yet, so you don't know how to approach this generation. If you were to if you want to approach this generation, you should know that most of them play games in their mobile phone. Not many of them meet with each other anymore. So what more to say when they want to talk about culture or things that has to do with history? They're not interested in that at that age. So how can you make that interesting to them? Yeah. So you have to meet your target audience to where they are. You cannot make them play your game if they don't want to, right? Correct. So how are you going to make your design more attractive to these kids, to this generation? So to do that, I think you need to find out first what do they like, what don't they like, what platform are they using. Because now if you produce this, I don't think it will sell because in the first place, I don't think they're interested in playing card games. Yeah, so just maybe you need to explore more on your design, know what kind of design they like first, maybe make them collectibles, because now there's very in trend like Pokemon Go, where you can collect Pokemon, so maybe they can collect outfits, things like that. So yeah, just make it more interesting for that age group. So I do really suggest that you go and meet your target audience first and get to know them. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Okay, Michelle, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay.
very
But
clear.
anyway, so okay, nanti saya akan type for you the comments. We continue with someone else dulu. Thank you very much, Michelle.
Okay, thank you.
Alright. Next kita will go with tadi siapa? Oh, Shah. You dah ready ke, Shah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I share the slide for you, Shah. Okay, Shah, you can continue now.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi kepada semua lecturer. Saya Muhammad Shah bin Ismail, umur metrik 68581. Sebenarnya saya akan menerangkan saya punya projek tahun akhir praCiptawan, iaitu tajuk yang saya pilih adalah strategi promosi ekopelancongan sempurna. Baik, untuk melihat balik apa permasalahan yang saya ingin kaji, permasalahannya ialah sempurna banyak kawasan yang berpotensi dijadikan sumber ekopelancongan, namun tidak diperkenalkan. Walaupun sempurna sendiri ataupun Sabah sendiri geografinya begitu kaya dengan keindahan alam yang boleh diakses. Jadi apa yang perlu saya buat adalah saya menggunakan 4 kaedah, di mana pertama sosial media adalah kaedah pertama, iaitu melalui Instagram dan TikTok, dan kedua printing advertising, contoh macam billboard, poster, outdoors and magazine. Ketusnya TV promotion, short video ads berkenaan ekotourism, dan last sekali merchandise. Buat yang seperti biasa, t-shirt, stiker, tote bag, kitchen untuk brand. Jadi untuk inspiration logo, saya ada menyenaraikan beberapa logo yang berkenaan eko semua, ekotourism, ekoorganik, dan saya melihat dari aspek font ataupun ikon yang boleh saya terjemahkan dengan logo yang saya buat. Kalau buat nantilah, contohnya macam ekotourism, diorang ada FD on trademark, diorang guna apa, di lizard one ni, ikon lizard ni. Lepas tu diorang guna apa, font yang jelas, color yang sesuai. Lepas tu kalau satu kali site pun boleh ingat. Lepas tu seterusnya ekoorganik, guna yang daun menunjukkan nature, dan teks pun mudah dipaham. Terusnya saya ada juga ambil dari logo dari Mahuli Farms. Saya tengok dari yang punya main page website, maksud ikon itu membawa kepada protect Mother Nature. Lepas tu ialah mudah untuk dipaham, jadi combination pun teks sama ikon. Seterusnya untuk Borneo logo seterusnya ini juga their own trademark. Lepas tu dalam ikon tu dong guna silhouette visual group macam show dorang explore place. Lepas tu font yang dia guna jelas, mudah dipaham. Combination dia logo image, logo text, dan text dan ikon. Ni ada sedikit edition logo. First saya plan nak buat macam travel punya logo, ada airplane, island, lepas tu sedikit wave gitu. Jadi saya pun amazing, sempurna travel, tapi ada last kelas kena tegur tak sesuai sempurna travel, sebab saya lebih ketempuh kepada ekotourism. Jadi saya ubah yang font ada ikon tourism. Buang macam ni, dan ni ada, ni pun salah. Jadi ada ikon-ikon yang menunjukkan tempat yang ada ekotourism di suatu kawasan. Next ni. Jadi ini adalah final logo. Ni ada saya guna icon macam icon bentuk bukit. Siluet macam untuk CKPC, activity, snorkeling dan icon pulau. Ni sedikit illustration untuk logo. Ini maksud yang saya ingin sampaikan untuk icon ni, yang maksud hills, ni CKPC dan island dan snorkeling. Saya highlight aktiviti-aktiviti yang sesuai lah di ekotourism kan di Sempurna. Saya guna font World Nature. Terusnya saya punya tagline experience with Explore Sempurna. Terusnya dan saya juga selitkan Malaysia Agency Tourism. Inspiration poster. Sedikit ideation untuk poster. Nampakkah? Nampak. Saya highlight aktiviti-aktiviti yang ada di sana. Terusnya ini ideation yang last sem. Saya guna konsep double exposure yang di luar siluet, dalam dia yang gambar tempat tu. Ini yang last sem punya poster come out untuk setiap tempat. Jadi saya aktiviti pulau sama aktiviti macam pegunungan macam hiking dengan culture, explore untuk CKPC, Bajau. Terusnya ini ada suggestion image yang saya gunakan, Kampung Bajau dan Pulau Bukit Dulang, Bukit Rapat dan view Pulau Sibuan. Ini ada sedikit sketch ideation untuk latest idea. Just guna visual besar dan highlight aktiviti-aktiviti dan ada detailing kontak, boleh terus direct kontak lah. So untuk billboard, ini sedikit visual inspiration. Guna ini yang come out last sem. Saya guna billboard yang Ini yang billboard last sem punya ideation. Ini dia punya come out. Sedikit visual dan sedikit tagline. Ini plan yang latest. 3 image, 3 visual dalam satu gambar. Dan ada sedikit tagline di bawah. Dan di paling atas ada logo. Terusnya media sosial. Macam tadi saya guna Instagram dan TikTok. Kalau Instagram familiar dengan yang ramai guna lah. Jadi TikTok sudah trend. Sudah trend sekarang. So ini sedikit mockup untuk media sosial. Untuk Instagram. Untuk Facebook adalah last idea punya platform. Terusnya ini video pula. Ini ada sampel video untuk macam ala-ala TikTok lah, macam dia transaction tempat. Can play ke? Tak boleh play kan sir? Perlu play ke? Tak payah. PDF tak boleh. So
PDF tak boleh.
Ya sir. Ini ada sedikit image yang suggestion image yang digunakan untuk media sosial. So
Syah, suggestion image tu you yang snap ke ataupun you grab it from somewhere else?
Saya sir,
Awak fotografer
basic sir.
Ini kan duyung lah Encik Azwan. Takkan tak nampak?
Itu perempuan cewek.
Ya, duyung tu. Mermaid tu. Nampak ke?
Ini sedikit layout untuk sosial media. Visual di atas, sedikit tagline dan logo. Dan di bawah book contact. Dan ini untuk outdoor. Saya target macam dekat-dekat bus stop. Dan kalau Malaysia LRT lah. Kalau yang ini ada sedikit image untuk tadi outdoor connectivity. Untuk hiking, untuk apa pulau, snorkeling ataupun diving. Dan ada juga sedikit resort yang boleh disinggah selain apa? Selain merasai nature sana, boleh juga singgah-singgah resort di sana. So, magazine saya ambil contoh dari gaya travel dengan travel guide, ambil dong inspiration visual. Untuk magazine saya fokus dengan apa culture, iaitu bajau laut. Untuk bajau laut untuk magazine, saya highlight untuk bajau laut, aktiviti dorang, yang punya lifestyle. Ni sedikit visual untuk magazine fun fridge. Promotion. Lepas tu merchandise lah tu je.
Syah,
Yes, sir.
Sempurna ni cantik tempat dia tau. Dia idaman setiap pelancong nak pergi ke sana. Tapi melihatkan promosi awak ni, saya tak jadi pergi tau. Terbantut. Rasa tak nak pergi macam ni. Betul kenapa? Kau apa? Saya betul faham apa benda awak buat ni. Nak promote apa? Sekejap ni tiba-tiba ada branding kat sini. Ni dah kenapa ada baju merchandising semua ni? Kau nak promote sempurna. Fokuslah dekat sempurna. Gambar ni. Gambar you gambar siapa?
Gambar budak yang di sana tu lah.
Budak di sana tu siapa?
Yang penduduk bajau laut lah tu.
Pandai dia fotografi daripada kau.
Macam soalan dia, kau ambil gambar ni ke orang lain punya gambar?
Saya gambar sendiri.
Gambar sendirilah. Ini budak ni you tak kenal lah. Budak ni budak yang duduk kat sana lah.
Ya.
Itu saya tanya tak faham soalan.
Oh ya kah?
My God.
Okay, Syah. Dengar suara saya ni?
Dengar, sir.
Okay. Awak sekarang kritikal ni dalam bahaya sebenarnya. Okay, saya terus terang cakap awak hari ni markah actually 20%. I'll give you 5%. So each of the section you got one. So basically untuk level degree with honors punya student, kan, this is not the output that we waiting for. Okay. Your effort on the photography itself shows everything. Okay, you just ambil gambar sana sini kan, without no study on the compositions, lighting. Faham tak? Saya sebenarnya saya kecewa sebenarnya. Projek awak topik bagus, tapi the implementation, the effort yang awak buat ni, dia mampu memberi impact negatif dekat graphic design Unimas. Awak bulan-bulan puasa ni saya kena banyak istighfar ni Syah. Okay. Ini mengaji baru muka surat 4. So you have to do something. A lot. Okay. Dengan sketches awak tengok tu gaya travel sea gypsies tu kan. Aduh. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. presentation hari ini bukan setakat bagi tahu ini untuk majalah, ini untuk media sosial, ini untuk TikTok. You have to elaborate more on the art direction. Okay, there's no elaboration at all for the creative direction. Faham Aisyah? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Awak boleh buat 2 rakaat ya, solat sunat taubat. Boleh buat anytime. Okay.
Okay, terima kasih Syah.
Sir.
Alright.
Hello, Shah. Can I
Yes,
add
continue,
something?
continue. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, Shah. I don't have much comment because I think the rest has covered it, but I just want to say be careful with your English as well. Okay, experience with Sempurna doesn't sound correct. Please double check. And also be careful with the term sea gypsies, because if I'm not mistaken, gypsies too is a prerogative word. Dia macam kita panggil contoh lah, okay, don't quote me, but macam kita panggil orang Indon. Indonesia, Indon, they don't like it. So gypsies is actually has a negative connotation to it. So make sure you research whether it's a good word to use or not. Yeah, I think they prefer to be called sea dwellers, but you have to double check. Okay, all right.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you Syah. Next kita pergi dengan Nora Syikin ada? Nora Syikin binti Muhammad. Ada tak dalam ni? So Syikin tak hantar juga projek tu ni. Okay, Syikin tak ada. We'll go to Kevin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very good. Okay. Nampak?
Ya, video nampak.
Okay. Selamat pagi dan salam sejahtera. Saya Kelvin Kosner. Jadi pada pagi ini saya akan menerangkan tentang projek final year saya iaitu Discover Sarawak Folklore Pop-up Book. Jadi secara ringkas pemahaman topik, pemahaman topik saya adalah untuk menyelidik dan mencari cara baru untuk promosi cerita rakyat untuk yang terdapat di Sarawak untuk kanak-kanak yang berusia 4 hingga 6 tahun lah. Jadi saya menyelidik cara untuk mempromosikan cerita rakyat tersebut lah. Kemudian seterusnya objektifnya adalah untuk memperkenalkan cerita rakyat Sarawak ni kepada kanak-kanak, terutamanya yang dari luar Sarawak yang kurang mengetahui tentang cerita rakyat yang terdapat di kalangan masyarakat Sarawak. Kedua, untuk meningkatkan lagi minat kanak-kanak untuk mengenali cerita rakyat yang terdapat di kalangan masyarakat Sarawak dan juga meningkatkan minat mereka terhadap meningkatkan minat mereka terhadap cerita-cerita rakyat kita yang dahulu. Tidak semestinya dari Sarawak, dari negeri lain juga, terutamanya Malaysia. Kerana kebanyakan mereka sekarang ini lebih minat kepada cerita yang baru dan mereka absolutely kanak-kanak sekarang kurang mengenali cerita rakyat sendiri. Jadi permasalahan di sini adalah rekaan buku yang sering digunakan untuk menghimpunkan cerita rakyat sebelum ini kurang menarik dan kandungannya juga terhad kepada penggunaan teks dan kurang penggunaan ilustrasi. Ilustrasi dan lukisan-lukisan yang terdapat dalam buku baru ni juga buku yang sedia ada sekarang ni macam lebih kepada ilustrasi yang kurang menarik minat kanak-kanak lah. Ia lebih kepada lukisan ilustrasi yang menarik dilihat, yang lebih realistik lah. So kurang menarik dan teknik rekaan terhad pada teks seolah-olah fokus terhadap golongan dewasa saja. Jadi saya mengambil keputusan untuk mencipta sebuah buku pop art untuk cerita rakyat yang terdapat di Sarawak untuk promosikan kepada golongan kanak-kanak pada masa kini lah. Jadi tujuan utama saya adalah alternatif membaca sambil bermain dan menghibur melalui model media pop-up yang menggunakan salah satu cara untuk mereka membaca sambil berhibur. Ini adalah sesuai dengan potensi visual kanak-kanak dan sangat praktis kerana mudah digunakan. Seterusnya, strategi perancangan. Jadi tema desain yang akan saya gunakan pada perancangan buku pop-up ini adalah budaya tradisional yang diterapkan kepada media pop-up dalam segi pengaplikasiannya. Jadi menggunakan tema ini adalah sesuai di mana sekarang kanak-kanak kurang informasi mengenai keragaman budaya adat yang terdapat di Sarawak dan media juga kurang mendedahkan informasi tentang keragaman budaya untuk kanak-kanak lah, khasnya untuk kanak-kanak. Kebanyakannya mereka fokus mendedahkan keragaman budaya Sarawak ni kepada golongan dewasa. Jadi selain itu saya juga dalam seperti yang kata saya tadi, saya fokus kepada kanak-kanak. Dalam buku ini juga akan diterapkan dari segi ilustrasi, tema lukisan dan warna adalah tema lukisan kanak-kanak, tema warna juga berkaitan dengan tema warna kanak-kanak. Gambar ilustrasi pada perancangan buku pop-up ini bercirikan rumah dan pakaian adat etnik Sarawak. Jadi gaya untuk desain ni digunakan untuk pop-up ini adalah kartun lukisan kanak-kanak kerana lukisan memiliki bentukan sesuai untuk karakter kanak-kanak dan mudah dipahami oleh kanak-kanak. Tampilan untuk setiap halaman ini menggunakan jenis pop-up 45 darjah dan juga 180 darjah, iaitu pop-up yang ketika dibuka kertasnya dapat dilihat secara keseluruhan. Jadi ini proses desain yang dilakukan untuk tahap pertama. Seperti biasa saya menyediakan gunting semua, menggunakan art paper sebagai pembuatan thumbnail dan dummy. Jadi material untuk final artwork nanti saya buat masa sekarang ni masih dalam proses memilih paper yang sesuai. Kerana saya masih dalam percubaan untuk menggunakan paper yang sesuai. Jadi buat masa sekarang ni targeted is magazine paper atau kertas yang berketebalan 300 GSM. Jadi ini pemilihan warna. Warna yang berciri-cirikan cerah. Kerana menurut pemilihan warna ini adalah kerana kanak-kanak lebih cenderung dan lebih menyukai warna-warna yang cerah. Kemudian untuk font saya menggunakan Quicksland dan Hensky kerana ia mudah dapat menarik minat kanak-kanak dan mudah dibaca, dan juga menurut Creative Blog ini juga tersenarai antara 10 font yang sesuai untuk penggunaan buku kanak-kanak. Jadi saya inspiration saya adalah berinspirasikan dari buku Alice Adventure Wonderland yang diterbitkan oleh praCipta, di mana dia juga menggunakan konsep pop-up dan menggunakan konsep pop-up untuk menginovasikan cerita rakyat. Jadi saya berinspirasikan buku Alice Adventure in Wonderland ni. Jadi sekarang ini adalah idea layout saya untuk layout. Ini adalah untuk layout. Kemudian ini adalah sketches. Jadi di sini untuk sketches ni yang telah saya tandakan ni, di sini yang saya tandakan itu akan menjadi image yang akan tindak sebagai pop-up, dan di background buku tersebut saya akan menggunakan background untuk setiap cerita background berkonsepkan lukisan kanak-kanak dan juga background jungle, lukisan hutan lah yang bertemakan lukisan kanak-kanak. Kemudian satu lagi saya lupa, untuk pemilihan cerita saya telah memilih 3 cerita yang semuanya mempunyai moral story yang dia sendiri. Jadi cerita yang pertama seperti ini adalah Putri Santubong dan Putri Sejinjang. Kenapa saya memilih ini adalah yang pertama, Putri Santubong dan Putri Sejinjang memang banyak orang tahu, sangat sinonim, tapi kebanyakan kanak-kanak pada masa kini there's lot mereka tak tahu, and then terlalu banyak versi baru yang keluar sehingga kan they do not know cerita yang actually happen, yang original lah diceritakan oleh golongan rakyat Sarawak. Jadi ini adalah sketch untuk Putri Santubong dan Putri Sejinjang. Kemudian seterusnya adalah cerita kedua adalah Kaleng Buran. Kaleng Buran ini adalah cerita masyarakat Bidayuh. Jadi cerita ni mungkin agak rare lah. Saya sendiri pun baru tahu walaupun saya orang Bidayuh. Jadi pemilihan cerita Kaliburan ini absolutely kerana ada moral story, iaitu kejujuran. Ialah Kaliburan ni mengisahkan seorang lelaki yang tidak jujur terhadap isterinya tentang kekurangannya. Jadi pemilihan ini adalah kerana ada moral story dan juga kebanyakan masyarakat Bidayuh tak tahu cerita ini. Saya sendiri pun baru mengetahui ini. Cerita ini. Jadi ini sketch. Jadi untuk bahagian yang background tu, bahagian tu akan menempel atas kertas. Manakala yang ditunjukkan pop up tu, itu akan menjadi pop up. Yang background akan menjadi background. Jadi ini sketch untuk Kaleng Buran. Jadi seterusnya adalah kisah Incin dan Ketupung. Jadi ini adalah sketches untuk Incin dan Ketupung. Jadi kisah ini juga kurang diketahui ramai, terutamanya kanak-kanak, kerana kurang penerbitan buku kanak-kanak untuk kisah ini. Dan seterusnya ia mempunyai moral story yang bertepatan juga untuk kanak-kanak, kerana ini mengisahkan kasih sayang sesebuah keluarga. Jadi ini adalah sketches untuk Incin dan Ketupung. Jadi ini adalah sketches kartun ataupun kartun yang akan digunakan lah untuk di dalam buku tersebut. Jadi saya menerapkan pakaian tradisional masyarakat Sarawak. Namun setakat ni masih belum banyak ukiran ataupun anyaman ukiran yang belum saya letak pada pakaian mereka. Sekarang ni masih draft. Mungkin saya akan menambahkan lagi ukiran-ukiran yang sinonim dengan sesebuah masyarakat di Sarawak. Ini untuk cerita Putri Santubong dan Sejinjang. Jadi seterusnya untuk kartun Kaleng Buran. Ini untuk Kaleng Buran yang telah berubah wajah lah, kerana pada penghujung cerita tersebut Kaleng Buran akan berubah wajah. Jadi ini adalah logo idea saya. Buat masa sekarang ni, kenapa saya memilih pokok idea untuk idea pertama dan satu sebabnya elemen klasik dan elemen alam dan klasik sangat berkait rapat dengan cerita rakyat Sarawak. Kemudian untuk logo kedua, ranting-ranting tersebut menunjukkan there's a lot of folklore story yang kita boleh discover yang terdapat di Sarawak, yang masyarakat Sarawak sendiri pun masih tak tahu. Kemudian permasalahan untuk penyelidikan saya ini adalah saya susah untuk mengetahui versi mana satu yang ori dan terlalu banyak versi yang telah dikeluarkan. Kemudian untuk versi-versi yang saya ambil ni adalah versi-versi yang saya melihat kepada komen-komen dan melalui bacaan saya, yang telah saya lakukan lah. Ini adalah percubaan pertama saya. Masih banyak kekurangan dan kegagalan lah. Ini percubaan saya untuk membuat thumbnail. Di sini saya percubaan pertama dan percubaan saya untuk membuat 180 punya pop up gagal, banyak yang runtuh. Jadi yang berjaya sekarang ini is 45 degree punya pop up. Jadi adalah melalui sketch tangan lah. Saya belum digitalize my cartoon and the background. Jadi ini adalah mood board saya dan sekian, terima kasih.
Okay, Kevin, anyone?
Sir, boleh saya tanya soalan?
Silakan.
Saya nak minta pendapat. Do I need a tagline for this book?
Tagline untuk apa tu, Kevin?
Macam contohlah buku ni kan, and then untuk kita promosikan dia macam kita nak buat contohlah more to discover, macam tu lah, macam tagline untuk buku ni lah macam.
Boleh? Nanti on the promotional part untuk you nak jual buku tu, you can do that.
Oh, put on the POP lah.
Yeah, first of all, bila saya tengok you punya character design tu, character design, the selection of character design. Kalau character design tu, dia kena sinonimkan dengan genre ataupun sinonimkan dengan race from where this the story came from.
Bangsa sesebuah cerita tersebut lah.
Kalau cerita ni asal daripada cerita Iban, dia punya karakter yang Iban tu. Kalau cerita dia lebih kepada cerita Bidayu, I think dia punya kostum, dia punya style, dia punya karakter tu could be a Bidayu. Kalau Puteri Sentubung dengan Puteri Sejenjang tu, I think this is more to Malay traditions punya culture punya storytelling. So dia punya cerita tu kena ada karakter-karakter
elemen Melayu lah.
Elemen Melayu dalam karakter dia. Ataupun kalau tak Melayu pun, kalau kita tengok Puteri Sentubung tu mungkin lebih kepada Javanese ke apa, dia banyak kepada karakter-karakter macam tu lah. I think itu yang Kacim kena buat nanti.
Okay, sir.
Your target audience tadi, children umur berapa tahun?
4 hingga 6, sir.
4 hingga 6. Kalau 4 hingga 6 tu, kalau saya tengok teks yang kamu buat tu, buku yang kamu buat kan, teks tu jangan pakai teks yang halus sangat. Pergi dekat buku yang sampel-sampel buku yang kamu buat tadi. Yang pop-up yang kamu buat tu. Kat sini. Ni. Teks tulisan ni, jangan terlalu kecil-kecil dan menyusahkan mereka membaca. So, you kena faham readabilities of budak tahun 4 hingga tahun 6, macam mana pembacaan mereka, dan simplify the story so that suit them lah.
Okay, sir. Okay. By the way, untuk elemen sekali dengan rumah lah, sir. Mengikut elemen.
Yes, that should be lah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, saya nak tambah sikit. First kali, saya tak nampak awak punya layout in terms of the content. Tak payah pergi sketches layout tu. Saya tak nak tengok sketches, saya tengok mockup.
Mockup. Okay. Sekejap
Kalau tengok pada mockup.
Thumbnail tu.
Oh, thumbnail. Mockup. Thumbnail ke mockup ke? Saya tak nampak any layout design di atas muka surat, kedua-dua belah muka surat ini. Dan yang kedua, saya tengok awak buat ni senang aja, potong, tampal dia tapak ke atas kedua belah muka surat ini. Awak tak kaji struktur pop-up book tu bagaimana. Dan tujuan pop-up book tu untuk apa? Kalau kanak-kanak dia nak explore, bukan setakat pop-up. Dia boleh macam-macam lagi dekat pop-up. Ada add-on value lagi. Dia boleh interaction lagi, ya, interaktif gitu. Yang awak ni static je, buka pub. So, apa yang menarik sangatnya? Apa yang best sangatnya? Ini macam old fashion, old style. Awak kena faham, buku ni akan jadi tebal tau. Setiap muka surat tu pop up. Dia akan jadi tebal.
Ya, Miss.
Ya. So sekarang ni saya nampak banyak problem yang awak tak fix lagi. First kali layout awak tak solve lagi. Ya, di mana nak letak teks itu, cerita tu nak letak di mana, tulisan cerita itu di mana nak letak. Dan setiap muka surat tu menerangkan tentang apa dan imej apa yang kena ada di situ supaya apa yang digambarkan itu bertepatan dengan isi kandungan yang disampaikan.
Okay, Madam. Madam.
Ya.
Untuk digitalize, any suggestion ke Madam? Saya just know how to use sebab masa sekarang ni saya using AI.
Memanglah, okay. Nak cerita digitalize, the illustration part, of course lah awak kena buat dalam AI. Ya, tetapi usually kalau kita buat publication, kita guna InDesign. So, kena integrate kedua-dua software itu.
Okay, Madam.
Okay, Kavin.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, saya nak komen sikit. Actually not to you, but everyone else here too. I have noticed that a lot of you banyak hilang markah dekat sketches. Can you scroll up to your sketches? Okay. Sini, kat bawah.
Okay.
One more page down.
What? Sorry?
One more page down.
One more page down.
Yeah, okay. So, to be honest with you, kalau student saya hantar sketches macam ni, this is to everyone, saya memang akan reject. Because you must understand, kita dalam industri ni, we are judged by how we present our ideas. Kalau you present ideas, you may see macam ni, I can see the background, I can see the ink flooding to the other side, the ink is leaking through the other page. Saya memang akan, I have the impression that your design you tak sayang lah, you don't care about your design. Okay.
Okay.
So in your future presentations, please student present your sketches properly. If you don't have a scanner, I understand. Tak apa, ambil gambar but crop properly. Yang saya tak nak tengok Maggie Mee dekat belakang. Kadang-kadang mak orang pun dekat belakang saya nampak juga. So make sure when you present your sketches, make sure it's something that you are proud of. Because in the end, the industry, they're not going to see you as a person. They're going to see you as your work first. If you cannot take care of your work, why should we take care of you? Why should we take you seriously? Kan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to everyone else, please make sure to present your sketches properly next time. In terms of your project, Calvin, I think you cannot limit yourself with Illustrator only. Okay. And you can find different ways of doing it, the illustration. You can even do just traditional, guna watercolor pun okay juga. Lepas tu you scan, you letak dalam Illustrator, no problem. Tak semestinya semua digital. Okay. But so don't limit yourself saying that if I want to make it digital, I must use AI. Yeah.
Okay, Miss.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, thank you very much, Kevin. By the look at the time, kita sempat lagi untuk present one more person. So, kelas hari ini kita tidak ada 3 orang pelajar yang tak hadir. So, I will call next presenter ke ataupun voice out to all the lecturer. Kita nak sambung ke apa? Jam sekarang dah pukul 12. Ke nak teruskan dengan 1-2 lagi?
Siapa yang kita missing tadi?
Kita miss Mac. Mac tak ada hari ni. kita tak ada Floria. Floria kata line dia masih sampai sekarang tak dapat lagi. Floria ada masuk tapi dia keluar sebab dia tak dapat line yang bagus. Dan kita tak ada Nur Ashikin binti Muhammad. So today.
Mac tak ada.
kenapa?
Mac tak ada kenapa?
Tak tahu, Mac tak ada inform saya langsung pada hari ini. Saya tak dapat nak contact dia. Kenapa dia tak datang. Hari ini pun dia tak ada ni. Dia tak ada dan dia tak hantar pun assignment. Dia tak hantar through Ellipse pun dia punya slide.
The rest yang apa missing ni dah hantar dah slide. Ke Mac je?
Semua tak hantar. Yang missing ni semua tak hantar ni.
Floria pun tak hantar lah.
Floria hantar.
Floria hantar. Is Floria there?
Pak Yusba, pensyarah kami, pensyarah muzik, membantu buat arranging muzik untuk
apa suara
Ini
bos
suara dekan ni keluar ni. Cik Sal.
Jadi saya mengharapkan perkara ini berlaku bersama dengan universiti.
Hello, saya supervisor Floria. Saya tahu yang line dia sangat teruk. So saya ada suruh dia pre-record juga. But I'm not sure kalau dia sempat ke tak lah.
Okay, slide je dah hantar kan?
Not to me, but I think to Mr. Aik.
To Aik lah. Okay.
Mr. Aik boleh lah seorang lagi kot.
Kalau seorang lagi kita minta the next person would be Event. Event, are you here, Event? Event hilang dah.
Event bagus juga. Tengok lagi dia punya projek ni.
So I'll share with you guys untuk minggu depan punya. Saya continue daripada apa yang from ini yang present today ya. Yang tak ada ni.
Yang tak ada tadi siapa? Mac,
Yang tak
Floria.
ada yang 4, Max tak ada, Floria nombor 9 tak ada dan juga nombor 14.
14 Nur Ashikin.
Okay, tak ada. So event, kalau event dah ready, event tak ada. Zachrison, diorang ni tengok diorang tak present today terus semua hilang.
Itulah masalahnya.
Lepas tu kita tak tunjuk nama hari ni. Zachary ada, Zachrison. Zachrison, you here? Can you hear us? You ada ni. Kalau Zachrison tak ada, saya go on to with yang ke 4. Pang pun tak hantar. Pang, you did not submit your slide. Let me leave. Kita continue dengan Nur Hidayah. Nur Hidayah ada? Hidayah ada ni.
Sir, tadi Hidayah told me that her line like terputus, so I tried to contact her. Okay.
Tapi kalau tak ada pun tak apa. InsyaAllah semua kita boleh continue minggu depan sebab minggu depan kita cuma ada 14 orang.
Tapi akan tambah yang belum present hari ni ke macam mana? Kalau tak present hari ni ataupun dia tak evaluate, kita anggap dia tak hadir lah.
Kena tambah.
Tak yang hari ni. Yang hari ni yang tak datang. So kita kira dia tak hadir ke ataupun dia sambung next week?
Kita bagi peluang dia. Okey ke ataupun hari ni siapa yang dah ready nak present boleh present. Ke volunteer nak present hari ni? Ada volunteer today? Rasanya tak ada yang volunteer this week lah.
Saya tak tahu lah batch ni apa problem. Suppose semua orang kena siap minggu ni. Maksudnya dah boleh bersedia anytime boleh present. Kalau macam ni gayanya, ya masuk tengok nama tak ada, hilang keluar. If kalau attitude yang you ada, saya dah naik suara ni. Saya memang piss off. Kalau saya bagi kosong ya semua.
Sepatutnya bila kita panggil nama, you are ready. Sebab tu saya minta semua hantar slide. Last night semua.
Next time is random. Next time is random. Tak ada senarai nama.
Okay, remember Fyp2 kita akan buat random. Panggil nama at that day saja. So semua kena ada. Bila dia nampak nama dia tak ada ni semua hilang lah. Tak dengar pun kawan lain present.
Dia tak dengar kawan dia, next week dia kena bantai lah. Dia tak tahu apa jadi hari ni.
Itulah budak-budak ni. Okay?
But I may suggest kalau mana yang tak present hari ni, kalau ada present minggu depan, termasuk yang hari ni kita panggil tak ada, kita tolak markah je.
Yelah, so today 3 yang tak ada tu. So 3 tu kita akan tolak markah minggu depan lah.
Tolak je semua sekali. Mana yang tiba-tiba kita panggil nama and diorang tak upload lagi, by right you dah bagi tahu suruh upload, tak upload. Kan you bagi dalam elip kan?
Dalam elip je.
Elip dia ada deadline due kan, sepatutnya pukul berapa. Tak ada, tolak markah. Attitude macam ni, macam Dr. Siti cakap lah, suka buat kita piss off. So if they are not serious, we can be damn serious in giving them marks.
Okay, yang belum hantar lagi tu ingat Zakri Lau tak hantar, Elizabeth memang tak hantar, Pang tak hantar lagi, Nasipi tak hantar, Mer tak hantar. Yang lain semua tak hantar.
Tak hantar, tolak markah Mr. Aik. Tolak terus, tolak banyak terus.
Yang hantar ni tak. So with that, thank you very much for coming. So minggu depan kita akan start apa sekarang. Sambung presentation.
Dengar sini.
Minggu depan saya akan
Ada mic problem Mr. Aik. Tak dengar apa you cakap.
Okay, dengar ke tak dengar?
Okay, dengar.
Okay. So minggu depan saya akan panggil nama at random. So pensyarah yang ada nak komen seterusnya. So siapa yang tak dapat scan in ini, saya akan buat manual scan in. Later WhatsApp saya nama yang ada today. Saya akan buat manual. Yang dapat scan dulu. Okay, kalau tak ada lagi, thank you very much for coming today. And we will resume back our presentation praCipta 1 next week at 8:30 insyaAllah. Thank you very much dan selamat berpuasa kepada semua.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.